Hello.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Rolling in the Isles. We once again join our intrepid adventurers, now, well, how shall we put this politely, balls deep in the middle of an occult ritual that threatens to go sideways. And with a good friend, currently at the tender mercies of something lurking in the deep. So, here's the question. Who would like to recount last week's events?
Not everybody all at once. I have to be honest, my brain's a little foggy on it because I was also playing another game.
Aiden.
No, I'm saying.
Okay, I understand. Sorry.
No, I was playing another game, and now I don't want to start get them confused.
We got back into the cave. We figured out a door puzzle, and have come across the lady that we were looking for holding a ritual. And as you can see on the screen on Roll20, it's a rather elaborate one too. It has an altar, runes, huge sarcophagus for some reason. I don't know what's in there. I don't want to know what's in there. Yeah. And it ended with her about to speak some words.
Thank you, Penny, because I really was like. Ugh.
I probably missed a bunch of information, but if you're but if you know, you can correct me.
Currently, she wasn't going to be responding. She's still currently chanting.
She was breathing in to respond. I remember this because I was annoyed that it was a cliffhanger.
Also, our good friend Sparrow is currently receiving some
the hentai treatment.
Japanese affection.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the treatment, as it were. He's getting the cure for wellness and
some celestial bonding, if you will.
And last was at the end of Penny's turn, where she was addressing Rita directly. Could anyone with knowledge of Arcana please roll it for me?
Yes.
Spellcraft will also work.
Oh, also Aiden rolled a bunch of nat ones last time.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me, I must open those.
Yeah,
I must open those PDFs up, otherwise,
Yeah, I also recommend the summoning one, just in case. Who knows? Knowledge Arcana. 17.
Okay, just bring up the summoner rules just in case.
Does anyone else have knowledge Arcana that they can roll?
I don't have any points in it or anything.
No.
We have
The ability to guesstimate.
Yeah, bardic knowledge always.
Han rolling up with his -2 to the roll.
Yeah, you never know.
It seems awfully fancy.
Who's would you like to roll bardic knowledge from this one?
Yeah, I'm just getting the character sheet up. I think it doesn't matter which knowledge I roll, does it? But which one is it?
It is knowledge Arcana or it's spellcraft. You can roll both.
Or geography. Which I have a bonus
Are
in.
we actually profiling her?
Yeah, that.
You could do.
I guess so. Why not?
Yes, I'll take the +2. In any case, I think that's enough with Eris's roll to give you information. Eris, a ritual of this kind cannot really be safely interrupted. It has to be kept at a certain modulation of chanting and a certain tempo. If it's interrupted, or if the person performing the ritual doesn't get the tempo correct, it can backlash and it can be incredibly dangerous. So
But probably less dangerous than letting it finish, though. Yeah? Let's interrupt it.
I'll put it this way. There have been rituals that have shattered continents before. Similarly, there have been rituals that when they did fail, killed every single person in the vicinity. Both are equally likely, I would say.
Nice.
But with the knowledge you have, you do know that the spell involved here is literally a misspelling of a spell called Daze Monster. In this case, it's been misspelled as Maze Monster, as in the maze spell, to curse something to be bound into a supernatural maze. It's a binding spell.
It's not to transform them into corn.
Fortunately, no.
It's corn. It's a big lump of knobs.
And it seems to be targeting whatever is in that coffin. Probably.
You're not sure as to the absolute details. You're just unless you have a +1 floating around somewhere, you don't really have the details of the binding target. But you know that everything involved is held within the confines of these chained pillars.
Right.
That said, if there is a break in the chains or the ritual in general, or something smudged the wrong way without a proper knowledge of spellcraft or how to use magical devices, it could cause some very, very disturbing effects.
I did start moving the totem last session to tighten the chains or loosen them, I believe.
I believe you're slacking the chains.
Yes.
Now that is a potentially safer way of doing it. It is not breaking the confines of the ritual. It is merely allowing them to have more slack than they normally would.
Okay.
This could lead to things like an arcane rune. They usually have to travel across, in this case at least, across flat confines. So in this case, a unbroken chain. If it's given slack and it moves the right way, if two links touch out of sequence, it can jump from one to the other, and can cause a break in the loop, a change in the tempo, which can cause some distortions. But with the variety of changes you've made, you're not expecting major league hazards. At most, probably some minor, anomalies in the area. And the very least should keep the ritualist here somewhat preoccupied. Because a ritualist with actual leeway on how they're performing the ritual, if they're doing it perfectly, can weave other enchantments in as well to defend themselves. But under less than ideal circumstances, they are more or less helpless. And I know it's a big spiel going forward, but still. So you've got those details at the very least. So she probably will not be able to respond to you verbally. Especially not with the changes to the chains.
Rude.
With that in mind, Penny, any other actions this turn, or shall you go at the top of the initiative order?
I'm all good then.
Okay. Quentin, you're up.
Goodness me, I'm up. Well, I'm not sure what we can do, to be honest. Any suggestions?
Okay.
The ritual is
not-
ongoing. If we stop
Yeah.
the ritual, we all die. If we let the ritual finish, we get to see something cool that will probably kill us.
I suppose we could try to do something to screw up the ritual. Maybe. Like a distraction.
Currently, there is still much thrashing and frothing of breath underwater in the midst of the ritual from the earth. Sparrow is still currently underneath the water surface. And it's putting up quite the fight.
Here's hoping the oil helps.
Well, he's still alive though, obviously. So, distracting the woman though, you know, try to make her make a mistake, fuck up, or drop the ritual on her end.
Well,
I don't know if
I
that
think-
necessarily is how it works.
I think Bill said that it's one of those rituals where if it's interrupted for any reason, it will
Any reason?
fail and explode.
There are safe ways to do it, but they are few and far between. You kind of need to know the ritual's nature.
Okay.
And usually it's just enough to lessen the effects on the people involved, rather than stop them altogether.
Well, I don't really know what we're supposed to do then. Yeah, I don't know. Again, my idea of distracting, but I don't know if that would just make it explode faster, or maybe cause something worse to happen. Since we don't really know what we're dealing with here.
Remind me, like, where specifically we are. But we went through like the waterfall. Like, are we on like some other plane or something, or?
This appears to be a chamber deeper underground than the rest of the caves.
Oh,
If anyone has a geography check they'd like to make.
everyone has it. You know?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Bruh.
Why not? We're doing all right on this one for the most.
Goodbye, nat 20s. Goodbye.
By luck.
Yeah, I'm glad this is where we chose to use them.
Everyone who got above a 20.
Wait, can't you use geography for like phrenology as well? Or is
That's-
that like,
Not phrenology, but from specifically ethnography.
which one was the phrenology one?
That's the notches in the skull.
Yeah, but like which skill?
That,
Leave that one
He needs to know how does he judge your skull.
Would it be a profession check? Profession
no, it's an
phrenology.
occult skill unlock for... Which one is it? It's
I do have access to
Knowledge
those.
Arcana.
Oh damn, I don't have Arcana. I'll have to keep that in mind.
You can use Profession for it as well. But, okay, you know precisely what this place is. This place is... In most other places is what's called the Underdark. A place where the Drow and the Duergar and all the other horrible beasties dwell. There is also a stage beneath that called the Deep Veins, where all the really heinous shit lives.
Yay.
The Underdark's Underdark, the stuff that even the Drow don't want to fuck with. This is on the mineral composition of the chamber, combined with the luminescent fungi, the strange geometric structures. You think this is a thin, transient layer of the stone. If you were to say go deeper than this, you'd probably be going into the Underdark or the Deep Veins. And you know that Lycia, despite being known as the Nomad Isle and being known to drift around, has some of the deepest geographical delves and caverns in the known world. In fact, the nearby settlement of Ragnarok, meaning Ranger's Rock, is primarily known for an enormous pit that goes straight down, more or less to the mantle.
It's the bottomless pit.
There's an enormous amount, there's a matrix of different stone honeycombed hallways and cave networks that all go all the way down. But if you were to sit down, the main structure is called the Doomstone. It is the massive monolith that foretells the end of the world. If you were to tunnel all the way down it, you would dump yourself directly into the magma of the mantle of the planet.
Oh,
And
so
if anyone
don't
knows
do
anything
that.
about knowledge planes, knows not to do that, because there's even worse stuff down there. This is Galarian, after all. Some of you will know what's down there.
Much like in Minecraft, don't dig straight down.
Yes, much like in Dwarf Fortress, don't dig too deep.
So, we went down pretty far then.
Yes,
All
this
things
is fairly. You would probably say this is one of the shallowest locations of the Underdark.
Right.
It's only it's only some geographical traits of the Underdark. It's not the proper Underdark or Deep Veins, but this fungi is only really found in the Underdark. These root systems normally only bottom out near the Underdark as well. And certainly this kind of abyssal water, which is visibly denser than regular water, is usually found in deep veins. So this is kind of just think of it like a pimple on the earth, kind of just bulging out from the deeper, unbeknownst places that you don't really wish to go to. And it pains me to have to part with that information because not a lot of people know about that kind of stuff. But that's a level 20, so I can't really argue.
Is this water like ponds, or is it moving like a?
It is moving from.
I mean, is it a river?
It is moving from. There's a spring here. There is a separate. It's feeding from another spring up further to the north, and it's feeding downwards towards these lower gulfs. In fact, some of the water is also feeding from above here as well, which
So I was
appears to
just
be drizzling
thinking-
from above.
We caught a little fishy mate a few weeks ago, didn't we? And he was like, "Oh, if you ever need me, just like
Oh yeah.
put me in the water. Like I swim all the way around. Like I'll definitely know where you are. Like you know, we got a drowning dude, and we got a magical fish dude. Maybe it can help us. Is what I'm thinking.
Something to consider.
Just shout out for him.
Look up in the sky. It's the Millpool signal.
He lives in you. By the way, Bill, could I attempt a knowledge religion check to try and figure out if there's any sort of religious dimension to this ritual?
You may. And that extends to everyone. You mean, if you have a knowledge check you think might be appropriate, let me know and roll it.
Nice.
You were not sure. Definitely seems there's some aspect of religiosity. I mean, the draconic weird stag head thing is usually our giveaway.
Yeah.
But you're not really sure of the variety of magic at work here. Well, you know it's not druidic because it's far too cohesive, and there's writing, and there's no shit smid all
And there's
over the
metal.
walls. Yeah, there's metal being used, and there's worked columns. No one's being beaten to death with a rock. Far too civilized for that. I say, usually, if you were looking to disrupt the ritual, you could, because there is a chant involved, there is an auditory aspect of it. So you
Oh,
would be
this.
allowed-
Yeah.
You would be allowed to countersong if you so desired.
Cool. So I can do mass suicide if I want, just by singing.
You're not
Ever
sure of the
think
Bear
effect.
that in
Sting
mind.
has a voice crack every now and then and doubt herself. So it's on her if she fucks up.
It's kind of nothing like you see someone chanting, so you start chanting slightly offbeat.
Yeah, just throw her off a little bit, you know.
I think it'll be a
Make
matter
her
of
self-conscious.
disrupting it
Start
just
booing.
enough so that we buy ourselves some more time, but not quite enough to royally fuck things up.
If someone's trying to count, you just say random numbers.
There you go. I did that does work.
Just say
Yeah,
random words.
Give
back
us time
to
for
her.
what, though, Han?
Figure out a solution.
Yeah, well,
Figure out a way of
well,
dealing with
we're
things.
trying to figure it
like
out
prodding
right
around.
now. That's what we're currently trying to figure it out. I think I'll think of something.
Exactly. Could I attempt a sense motive check
Let
to
me
at least
think for
try
a
and
minute.
ascertain if she has any sort of hostile intent with this?
You'd have to do it on your turn, unfortunately.
All right.
As it is still quite. Yeah, if you were looking to delay your action until you can get some information, it's up to you.
Hmm? Hello?
You've disconnected Aiden.
What?
That's why you can't hear us.
Oh. God damn it, there was just dead air. I thought I died for a
That
moment.
was dead air. Leave the gaslighting to us. The professionals.
Don't gaslight me. I was gonna walk over to the window and smoke a cigarette real quick, and then I thought I tripped over my wire or
You're
something.
not gonna get very far. It's pissing down with rain.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, it's really.
well.
It was raining sideways when I had to close the French doors.
Oh, yikes. Alright, so, usually is that what you're gonna try to do? Basically count over top of her?
Still don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea necessarily either, but I'm kind of at a loss of what to do.
If our only idea is something that our knowledge indicates is probably suicide, I don't think we necessarily do it just because we don't have any other ideas.
I'm sorry if you can hear thundering from either mine or Hans' end. Yeah.
Or ours, for that matter.
Or ours, it's just all of Europe is in a storm,
Oh,
apparently.
Thank goodness for that. We need the
No
shit.
thunder here.
Oh, really?
I set out a
So, I mean,
post to
I
dry
guess
in the
just-
sun.
Just sit back, relax, and find out what kind of old god is about to appear is the only other option besides probably suicide.
Sit back, relax, watch Sparrow drown.
Oh right, he was being drowned,
Yes,
wasn't he?
in front of us! In excruciating
He's in a little bit of a pickle.
Okay, hold on. I'll use Mage Hand to move a big bubble of air down to over his head.
That technically works. Just
There
Mage
you
Hand
go.
isn't constrained by the size of and shape of a human hand.
Hell yeah!
I
Right,
have
'cause
lots and
yeah.
lots of usages of these too. I remember now that last time he was being taken down, but I didn't catch it if you said it this session, so I had forgotten.
Oh, yeah, that got mentioned after my recap, so...
There's an
Right,
unwelcome
now,
moment
that
as
bought us some time.
the air bubble snakes its way down and then snakes its way up one of his nostrils.
Oof.
He goes cross-eyed for a little second as he continues to struggle. But you successfully reset his breathing counter. Which was good because he was running out of air.
I'm happy to keep doing that as well. Just any
It's a
suggestions?
cantrip, you can do as much as you want, so...
It's going to lead to a
much.
really awkward stalemate where whatever the fuck is down there is trying he's just...
Trying
I mean-
to
Well, I mean, he
drown
can
him.
breathe. That
And
doesn't mean
theoret-
that he's going to survive whatever they're doing.
Could you not do the same trick, but like on whatever it is that's doing it? Like obviously that's gonna need
Shove
water
air
to
into its
breathe. Like
eyes. I don't know.
I think displacing water is a lot more difficult than displacing some air into water.
Oh yeah, shove
No, if it was
air
in,
into the
if
eye.
you had a syringe, it could ram it into his veins. Well, no.
Hmm.
But then it would be an embolism
But it
timer.
might be a smart idea, though, to do something else with Mage Hand. That way you don't have to break the circle at all.
Okay, so what... Can I see the person doing the magic? Who is it? Do I know anything about them?
It is,
Yeah, I can see them on the map.
Yes, that's a person.
that is Rita. She's the person that you've been that had mentioned to you that
Right.
she was the one who would know the method to get off the island.
Okay, so the thing that's trying to grab this dude, it's in the middle of this big circle of chains, so I assume it's some sort of old god that needs a sacrifice. My character might assume that as well, but it's, you know, I think it's pretty relatively fair to assume. So, given that,
I mean, what else would you assume when you see a
what-
giant altar?
Indeed. Given that, what would, walk you through my idea here, what would cause Rita to calmly stop the ritual and stop and reset and try, you know, maybe with the aim of trying later, or, oh no, this isn't going to work, I'll safely reduce it down. Something like the creature telling her now is not the time, or this sacrifice is insufficient, or deal with the interlopers first, or something like that. And you know what that would come across as? It would come across as a deep, evil voice of the Old One, which I can create myself.
I'm not sure if that works underwater, Bill.
Well, I don't need it to. I just need to ventriloquism it over to her.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
sure if I'm saying I don't know if ventriloquism would work underwater.
Oh, it does.
'Cause you
It's-
just- really?
It still operates in 3D. It's operating in
There you
3D space. It doesn't actually give a shit about what
Nope.
density it's with.
That was the answer to the question. I thought it probably
whales
wouldn't.
sing underwater too.
That's true.
And I don't think Uzulu is underwater right now.
Also, he's trying to stay to the lady. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought you might want.
Nothing in
me to
this
do,
room breaks line of
kind
effect.
of telepathy, but yeah, if you could do ventriloquism and try to.
So I
Now
also
is not
have,
the time for the sacrifice.
I can
The
also add
stars.
vocal.
Are not
Yes.
aligned.
Indeed. I can also add vocal alteration as a spell, because I have one. I think I had one more spell that I could add to my sheet that I hadn't done yet. So I might as well do that.
Technically not
Which
supposed
I
to do
will
that either, but whatever.
do.
It's the first couple levels. I'm not fussed.
Yeah.
Unless it's about this kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty good as fuck. At least I.
So I'll fill out the full details of that later. For now, though, I guess what I will do is just that idea. I need a ventriloquism and a vocal alteration to throw the voice. I suppose, would it be... If she's receiving instructions telepathically, I'd need to throw it either all around or inside her head or something like that. And if she hasn't received any instructions, then it wouldn't matter. I could do it wherever.
We don't.
as long
We
as-
have
as long
no
as-
You
idea.
could roll a sense motive, or you could roll a knowledge check, whichever you prefer.
I don't think it's plausible for my character to figure that out. What I could do though is see if she's in a trance. Can I do a roll to see if she's in a trance or see if she seems compos mentis and doing it herself?
That would be a sense motive, yes.
All right, I'll try that now.
Or knowledge arcana. And for the record, you could ascertain the nature of the ritual by looking at some of the runes carved into stone, kind of thing. There are other details floating around that you can interpret.
And bardic knowledge would be useful for that if you don't have like knowledge arcana or whatever.
And since she does not, she appears to be cognizant. She is not in a Gnostic trance. She is very measuredly issuing out the words.
Okay.
And she appears to be terrified.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So if I told her to stop, probably wouldn't do anything. Maybe she's trying to save him. That seems unlikely. Maybe she's trying to return it to the depths. Have any of us tried talking to her yet?
I tried to ask her to stop because it's kind of mean, and she continued.
Just a little bit.
Besides that, maybe she's trying to bind that tentacle things to Sparrow.
We may have to figure out if Sparrow is actually like a part of the ritual, or if he just kind of bumbled in there on accident and then
How
just
did
got
he
dragged
bumble
down
in
right
on
to the
Sense motive
accident,
on him, I
though?
guess.
How did he do it on
It's Sparrow.
accident? Okay, fair.
It's Sparrow. Have you seen the guy? He got turned into Uzulu earlier.
I would like to note that any of us could dive in and try chopping with weapons at the tentacle monster to make it go away.
That is indeed an option.
Yeah.
It is
I have
tempting.
an
Not sure
idea
why
for
we
when
only
my
just thought of
turn
that.
comes up then. I have a
Because of-
fishing rod.
I'm kind of surprised this entire encounter didn't devolve into everyone just whipping crowbars at Sparrow at high speeds. The world's worst carnival game.
Oh yeah, if at any point
Alright,
me
so
and Han are gone, I don't know. I'm worrying about
Right.
electricity
Oh.
outage because
I see.
of
Okay, well, hang on, Penny. If you and Han are gone, since you're running the OBS,
Yeah,
That means I get the rest of the evening off. Hooray! I get to
Stream
go play
ends.
Deep Rock Galactic instead.
Oh no, seems like there's
Oh,
No.
no, I get to get some extra material. And how long we get all this material? I get to do less work.
Should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine.
so if I
Uh,
want to ask her if she's trying to save him or if she's trying to summon the squid, and to just nod to ask each sequentially. Are you trying to save Sparrow, or not? Or there's one question at a time. Assuming that she'd be honest, of course. If she isn't,
Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
oh, that was bright lightning.
Is that me or
Okay.
everyone?
That is, everyone can roll it, but you'll have an easier time. It's very hard to see, but you see her pupils go up and down very fast, like someone nodding.
Oh,
From what your knowledge of ritualism goes, even moving the wrong way in a ritual of a certain caliber can be disastrous.
Right. That makes it sound like she has telepathy and she's nodding with her eyes.
I
I
don't think
guess
she has telepathy, but it seems like she's.
Well, otherwise,
you asked her.
I haven't asked. I haven't asked. I was just thinking about asking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's my error.
Oh.
Well, then I think that's the answer to the question.
Well,
is that she's
no,
trying to save him?
That's, fair enough. So I will have asked then. And what I would ask is, are you summoning the squid? And she did the eye nods.
That would be a shake of the eyes then instead.
Oh, okay.
She's trying to save him, yeah. Not trying
right,
to
so you're trying to save Sparrow, okay. Is there anything that we can do to help? Look towards it in the room if so.
She will look down at the creature.
Right. Tally-ho. I'm going to dive in and try slashing it.
Are you gonna let us know, or just... Because if you don't let us know, then the party could assume to just continue attacking her.
You did hear him say, at least, that if there's some way we can help, look at it, and then he's dove after it, so it could be inferred very easily.
All right. And I could say, she says she's trying to help him. Let's go and cut the octopus to bits and save the poor bloke.
Let's have some calamari for dinner. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Heck
Jump in.
yeah.
I'm going to take some air down with me with Mage Hand. And you guys are welcome to join me if you want. I don't know how often I can Mage Hand to give you each air, but I suppose we can otherwise just hold our breath.
Share breath.
I'm not in the
gay.
turn order either,
Ugh.
actually, so I don't know why I'm not, but...
I have a cutlass.
So you're not in the
Usually
turn
try to avoid using it, but I don't think this thing's going to be vulnerable to any of my illusions.
Yeah, why is 8 not on the turn?
That's
Aiden, roll
unusual.
initiative.
Yeah.
Can I attack now, or should I wait and swim down this turn and then attack next turn?
Okay, it's only a short span, so you could move down. It is a fair ways deep, but you should be able to. If you could roll me a swim check, just get the dive. If you roll reasonably well on the swim check, it's not a very difficult one. You'll be able to attack. Yep, that should be fine.
Okay.
Please roll to attack.
This is the first time in the entire campaign that I've attacked in melee,
Indeed.
and thus I don't know how. I don't have an attack listed on my sheet.
Oh, hang on. That should have been copied over. It must not have saved. Oh, no, it's on the. Hang on, let me just fill this in for you.
There we go. I think I had a cutlass.
And if you do not have a cutlass, you for sure have a fishing rod. So...
And a crowbar.
And
Just-
bananas.
Hook Sparrow in the mouth and then reel him in.
Oh god.
I think my character might be using a different stat besides strength for melee damage, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I've got it set to dex.
Okay, thank you. Alright, I will roll for damage. That's terrible.
Not the best roll in the world, unfortunately. And with the penalties of being underwater, which you do get a bonus from another thing I gave you, at least. So it's not as bad. But unfortunately, it will... As you try and carve through its hide, the blade kind of just scuffs against it and skids off.
I don't think my character has multiple attacks, so I think that's pretty my turn.
Okay. Brings it to his turn.
But I will be trying to renew with Mage Hand the air supply of both myself and Sparrow, was it, whenever I can?
Okay. You won't have to do it very often. Generally speaking, you have a number of rounds of air equal to your con score, and it's reduced by 1 every time you make an action.
Okay. That's
So
14.
You can sit. Yeah, you got 14 rounds, and every time you attack, it reduces by 1.
Okay, that's not bad.
Again, the surface is not so far away. Okay. And thankfully, as this thing gets a penalty whenever it's a friend with multiple creatures, Sparrow, with the aid of the grease that's thrown at him and your presence, manages to wriggle his way free.
Oop, ignore that. I accidentally clicked on something. Just ignore that.
I will move this one to south. It will be representative of the creature, and okay. So Sparrow is now free, but that would take his whole action. Comrade Third, you're currently on top of a coffin surrounded by a ritual circle.
Yes, that is correct. Or I would like to get off of this coffin. That seems like a good idea. My assumption is that everything inside this circle is not gonna survive this or whatever. So I'd like to get off of there. That feels like a good move. Shit. I'm gonna do that thing that I said about the fishy dude. Like, see if I can get him to come anyway.
Roll me a flat percentile dice, please. So 1d100. And just let me know how you're wording it. You've got the slash and R the wrong way around, mate.
Yeah, I got a D100.
Okay, 41.
41.
Any particular wording you want to go with?
Can I remember the dude's name? Well, obviously I can't. I just want to put my hand in the water and splash it around and shout, help us, fishy dude. I only hope. I don't know if that works.
Make up a chant on the spot.
Well, I'll say it like it's a chant. I'll be like, oh, help us, fishy dude. I only hope.
In our time of need, make us moist.
Well, next time we shall see what becomes of that. Any other actions? You've got move and you use your standard, so you got swift action left. Any other actions?
I'm satisfied. I'll just wait for my mate.
Okay, Neri.
Okay. The reason why I clicked on that is I was making sure that doesn't take up any essence, which I don't think it does. For me to turn on my hot fists. I don't even know. Okay, let me ask this question. It just says, may create a veil of up to 2 armored fists. It doesn't say that this is any kind of action. It's a standard action to release them and make it explode.
It's a free action to have it manifest.
Awesome. That was my question. So I will create my 2 big hot iron armored fists, and I'm gonna swim on in here. I'm really enjoying that. My computer is trying to die every 5 seconds. Yeah, sorry.
As everyone else will see a number of phantasmal crabs crawling up Neri's person, and eventually anchoring themselves around her fists.
Oh right, yes, I forgot my crabs. All right, I will swim over
to the lobster rage fists move.
Yeah. Here. Should I make a swim check?
Yes, please.
Oh my god. If things are just slow down on my side and I respond very slowly, it's because my computer has decided to just kill itself recently.
Yes, okay.
Oof.
Oh, did you roll a 1?
Ah, you swim like a rock.
Sure is again wonderful to have a 2.5-year-old $1,400 computer just decide to shit itself. But no,
And it occurs to me that Aiden is made of stone. I'm not sure if maybe she should have the same swim stats as everyone else. I don't know, DM, what do you think?
I am
She
heavy.
just walks
I-
in.
Into
She
an
does
anchor.
not
Actually,
swim.
I'm not. I weigh 130 pounds, so I'm not that heavy. Even though I'm
You're
made
No,
of
no,
rocks.
Aiden, shut up and let me dob you in.
Rock.
Okay.
But
Orient's
yeah,
just
no,
going
that
to beats
swim
30
is
times.
well.
You do just sink like a stone.
Is that another of the guards embroiled in the octopus?
No, the lower part is just to represent the octopus bit. Sid's not.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Thank you.
Since he freed himself.
Could you roll me a perception check now you're down there? As you are at different elevation to Quentin.
Oh my. This is so annoying with my fucking computer.
Okay. You notice that the tendrils that are whipping around,
Uh-huh.
they appear to be like normal, almost like seaweed.
It's just there's something magical about this, though I would imagine. Obviously, considering the. Or
Could you roll me a spellcraft check? Something's cast Mage Hand on these like lengths of seaweed in the
Yes.
last 6 seconds or so. It's just broken.
Wait, so what was moving them before?
Could you roll me one more perception check, please?
Yep.
Oh no.
Hey.
Okay, so on the plus side, you succeeded your perception check. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1, so...
Wait, you rolling the chart for yourself, Bill?
Yes, of course.
I didn't know that. You so rarely roll ones.
I so rarely roll dice.
I think that is more terrifying.
Yeah, honestly.
Since whatever creature he made rolled a nat 1.
I'm sure this won't have any negative effect on us.
Of course
Surely
not.
Right, guys?
No way.
Oh dear. Neither of these are good for you. Neither of these are good for you.
Oh, great.
So, mind or body? Which would you prefer?
Oh,
Flip a coin.
body, I
find it.
guess. Oh, wait, no, I'm like a fucking large.
This is
No,
affecting
yeah.
the creature, not you.
Oh, the creature. Mind.
Okay. Unfortunate. Probably preferable to creature is bulletproof. Okay. As you notice that upon further inspection, Sparrow doesn't have eyes or a mouth. He has kind of an indentation where they should be.
Has this just now happened?
And the seaweed that you were touching is completely normal seaweed that someone's been manipulating via telekinesis.
Man, I sure hope this was not a trap to get us all in the water.
Oh god. So
Let's switch over the icon, shall we?
Saucy. This is all your fault.
Move Portal Sparrow over here. Here you go.
Don't tell me that's a kelpie.
Looks like a
Roll
kelpie to
knowledge.
me.
What knowledge can I do geography?
Why is this now
No.
on My Little Pony,
nature.
RP?
It's knowledge
Okay.
nature.
Oh, shit, okay. Oh god, I almost hit 107 as my bonus.
I think that would have worked, but
Watch me roll on that one if I do that accidentally. 21 on nature. Anyone
It's a
else
kelpie.
with nation?
oh, what a surprise!
I hate this. I'm not going into the water.
Everyone's favourite aquatic, horse-headed fey monstrosity.
I'm not going into the water.
In this case, with a mouth that's split all the way to the back jaw like a dog.
That's worse.
As you're about to find out. So. Neri, what is your armor class?
You do. See, 19. Touch AC or just AC in general?
It's AC in general.
19.
Okay. Let's see. You're very, very lucky.
Yay!
As a pair of grasping hands rake across your stony skin, but don't manage to find purchase. As the kelpie lashes out at you. It should be noted that most people consider kelpies to be, you know, your traditional. It's a horse covered in kelp that runs people off into the depths. This is a hulking horse-like head, as mentioned, with the mouth split back to the jaw, atop a gangly, swollen humanoid carcass from the neck down, ending with a horse's tail, and feet that end in hooves at the end where the toes would be. Close to claws, really.
Hmm. Hmm.
And watching the armor and chainmail that Sparrow would normally wear just kind of fizzle, just turn to sea foam as it just lurches towards you. These transparent, webbed, elongated humanoid hands, and lurching towards you, those broken horse-like teeth is. Ugh. You managed to keep your composure, but it was touch and go for a moment there.
Okay. Oh, well, also, I just read this. I received a +2 bonus to combat maneuver defense whenever opponent tries to grapple me. Did they try to grapple me?
It was attacking first.
Okay.
With your knowledge nature, you got 14. I believe you get one question about this creature.
All right. My specific question is, okay, is this some? It's like growing out of a corpse, or what appears to be, or looks like from what you've described, right? Is this? And considering what was happening right up until now, is this some kind of spell that's being cast to like summon this kelpie or whatever? Or what? Do I have any idea of is
I was
this
mentioning earlier that the spell currently at work is a binding spell.
right? To bind it into the corpse, you'd say? Is that? Would that be my understanding of it? Maybe.
With your knowledge of the nature of kelpies look like this naturally.
Okay.
They do look like a cross between a horse's head, a humanoid body, and they can turn into horses.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought they looked like
with their
horses.
tradition,
but-
they can turn into horses by their ability to change shape. They are shape changers.
Okay, so
But
this
in
is
their traditional form. They
natural.
are this lurching, horrid, corpse-like, translucent humanoid form.
Okay, I was wondering if
They
it was like stuck in between or something.
I have a lot of followers on Twitch, though.
Also a haircut, right?
All right. Well, there was another reason why I was asking that. It's because I'm gonna punch the shit out of this thing. We're certainly trying to.
Aiden, do you know what
Hmm?
happens if you touch a kelpie?
No.
Okay, good luck.
Should. Oh.
Punt him.
Okay.
Pump the
Well, I don't
horns.
know. I don't know. I've watched Dank's video on it, but I don't remember anymore.
Well, why don't you take a gamble?
Oh no. Wait a minute, I got my crab fists on.
Yes.
Give him a wallop.
I feel like I'm being goaded into doing something I shouldn't do. But
You still have a question because you didn't really ask anything.
what would happen if I punched it?
Nothing. The whole. There are rumors that there are kelpies that if you even touch them, it glues you to the saddle and can drag you into the water.
Yes, I forgot that.
Actually, as hearsay, Galarian's kelpies are just really good grapplers.
Ah, okay.
They are not naturally adhesive.
No
is
wrestlers.
old water.
I forgot about that bit, but again,
Much like kelp, it's because there's a lot of people who saw the tail end, pardon the pun, of fights with kelpies where they are literally just dragging with their humanoid hands someone off into a river with only their horse head above the surf. So it looks like someone is being dragged off, but having been adhered to the seat. When in reality, they're just being physically beaten and dragged into the water to be drowned.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Good. Alright, I am gonna punch the shit out of it then, right in its ugly horse face. And I'm gonna use, specifically, my Stunning Fist, Gentle Touch, and the Sunder Veil thing. I think that all goes together, as far as I understand. I think I can do all those at the same time. I believe so, right? Is it just Stunning
really
Fist?
like that.
It do be like that, don't it? That's fucking insane now that I think about it.
I could. I don't know how allowed this would be, but I probably could create a silent image illusion to make it look like we were never there, as like a barrier of transparent water, which actually shows what's behind us, between him and us. So we probably could
wait.
escape if we went into my turn, but that's up to you if you want to punch it instead.
Yeah, so,
Oh, you can both.
in fact, to do Sunder and Veil, it has to be both at the same time. It has to be Gentle Touch and Stunning Fist. Because that breaks any ongoing spells or active veils. I'll read it specifically. When making an attack using Gentle Touch, can expend use of Stunning Fist to attempt to end one ongoing spell that has been cast on a creature or suppress the active veils of an Akasha user. And then, so I make it a spell check on it, on top of everything else.
That would only be if you're using that. That would eat a use of Stunning Fist. It wouldn't.
It doesn't do both.
It doesn't. You would have to use 2 uses to do both. Because this uses a use of Stunning Fist in order to do a dispel effect. If you get my meaning.
Well, I could do that, couldn't I?
Yeah, if you wish. But it will be rather resource intensive.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not sure how many of those a day you get.
Stunning Fist doesn't require us on.
I know,
Neither
but
does-
it has uses per day, doesn't it?
No. I don't think so.
Sure.
And it's not written on my. I have a pure copy pasted part unless I'm wrong. Which I could obviously be.
Oh, you get it as the feat. So once a day as a free action.
Mm-mm. Yeah, may attempt it once a day for every 4 levels you have attained. Okay.
And you can take 3 essence burns
And-
again.
And no more than once per round either way, so I can't. Okay.
You could use the Dispel Fist at the same time because it's not the actual effect. It's just to prevent people just hitting people with 4 attacks that all have stun on.
So can I do the Dispel and the Stunning Fist at the same time, yes or no?
Yes, but it will eat through, I believe, 3 essence.
3. That's all my essence per day.
And honestly, like, you know that the shape-changing abilities of the Kelpie are natural. They're not magical.
Oh, okay. So this wouldn't. Okay. Alright, I won't do that then. I thought, well, when I was getting ready for this when I thought I was gonna punch the freaking actual kelp itself. Alright, so I am just going to then do the stunning fist, I suppose. Anything else that I want to add to that?
Oh, that's interesting. I just realised that because of how kelpie's mind control ability works as telepathy, and the thing that it rolled on its nat 1 was telepathic contact is impossible. It doesn't have that ability anymore.
Hey, there you go.
Fantastic.
Having an off day.
It has a brain injury.
I have brain damage.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. No. Yeah, so I'm gonna do instead just my gentle touch plus the stunning fist. Try and just knock it unconscious. Alright. Oh, this damage. I have to do roll to hit first. Ignore that, or put that for later if I do hit. What do I?
The 11 is to the attack roll.
Okay. Oh, it's all built in. Cool.
Unfortunately, it will miss.
It
It is very difficult to throw a punch underwater.
Yeah, true, to be honest.
Swing and a miss.
I don't know if there's anything else I can do then. Oh, it would have been nice if I'd hit, but...
Right side, it didn't hit it either.
Yeah, true.
Also, the area is completely covered in alchemical grease, if it helps.
Yeah, well...
It's certainly 5 foot above where the kelp is.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I think I'm gonna do then. I think there's probably some more shit I could, but, well, swing and a miss, so I'll wait for later.
You could also probably move away from it. Could be a
Oh,
suggestion.
well,
She
can I
moved
do
to
a 5-foot step away?
Unfortunately not if you move this turn.
Yeah, so I didn't think so.
Oof.
Right.
F.
Yeah, okay.
Baz.
Right. First of
It's a
all,
horse!
I'll make a perception check to see if I even have an idea of what's actually going on in there.
Unfortunately, some asshole threw a bunch of grease on the top of the water, so it's going to be actually quite difficult.
Can't imagine who would do such a thing. Think, what of the environment? Think of the fish. 18.
You can just about make out that whatever was pretending to be Sparrow isn't Sparrow. It's some weird horse-looking thing.
Ah. It's an imposter. Worse. It's not humanoid. Right, I'm diving in.
Okay.
Could I just attempt a diving charge against it?
You may. I believe you need to roll a swim check.
Alright.
That'll do. As you just carve directly through the water like it's nothing. So, what was the weapon of choice in this one?
Bolt cutters.
I see. Yeah, I can't really. Yeah, normally you take like penalties for using a slashing weapon, but it's kind of a different beast. It's kind of a different thing when you're like trying to fastening a pair of pincers around someone's throat and trying to tear them out. I'm not going to penalize your damage. I'm not going to penalize your damage for using shears.
It is the way of the crab.
Yeah, like there's a myriad of creatures that have proven that it's a very efficient
Crab
method.
style combo.
Exactly.
This is just this is one man with a cutlass and 2 people armed with crustacean weaponry. That'll hit.
Alright.
You dive in, catch this thing in the side, and just fasten a pair of bolt cutters around its fucking clavicle.
hit it for 18 damage.
Bruh. Okay, as you nearly rip this thing's arm off. Okay, we had the first blood drawn, and this thing is looking worse for wear. I'm going to say that, given that it's just lurched towards the Oriad, as it's lurching forward, you catch it in the side, and you see the pincers cut for a couple of its ribs.
Just out of curiosity, is it possible to trip a creature that's underwater? Just like throw him off a bit.
I would say it would be kind of a weird beast to do, but I've seen it done to tiger sharks, so I can't really argue.
So
You get rotated asshole.
I'll just try and rotate him while I have like the bolt cutters
Oh,
like
fucking Jesus Christ.
cutting into his ribs. So
Grab
make
him
an
by
attempt at that.
Grab him by the rib cage and just twist.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the power of having an ability that gives you a free maneuver. Yeah, get rotated. This thing is up now, upside down, and is clearly bellowing in agony.
You can do that noise. I can't do it, Bill.
While underwater, Baz shall say, "Get rotated."
I'm going to avoid making. Normally, I would make the horrible shrieking noises it make. Unfortunately, I'm really bunged up today, so I'm gonna put it
Oh,
out.
yeah, I know you have been. Oh.
There you go.
Somehow it's just a hay fever.
It's just bubbles, like tape noises.
Hang on. We improvise when in doubt. Sadly, I don't have the flight of stairs one on here.
It's always a banger, though.
Does that have kind of a horse-like quality to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it for Baz's turn.
Dives in, commits hate crime, leaves. On the note, Eris, you up?
It looks like I'm going fishing, boys. Knowing from my roll of 21 earlier that it is a kelpie, I don't want to get near it. For I am superstitious. So, I'm going fishing. Also...
I will say that the cafe's wish really did go far, didn't it? It's doing work.
Yes. Also, about that icon, would it still be there as a tentacle, or would that be kelp?
Yep, that is just full kelp.
Okay.
Also, it's the initiative, so...
Oh, okay. I would like to go fishing. I would hopefully see the big amount of bubbles that came up after it got... after Baz went in there.
Yep.
So...
That'll be fairly easy to pick out.
I have forgotten what my attack roll will be for fishing. Did I put it on my
bleed
sheet?
seeds. Kelpies bleed brackish water, so it doesn't obscure vision.
Think a 6 will not hit.
Unfortunately, no. It's kind of bobbing around on the surface of the water.
Well, maybe it will bite, so I won't reel it back in.
Roll me a D100.
Huh. $16.
Okay. We'll check back in on that next turn. Any other actions this turn?
Could I look at Rita to see how she feels about everyone attacking whatever's in the water?
Visibly sweating even from this distance. I won't even make you roll for it.
Can I do, still, let me check. My son's motive is shit, okay, knowledge arcana to see if she has stopped chanting or if the chanting has gotten less sporadic or like less agitated?
You may check in on the quality of the ritual via Arcana.
Or would spellcraft work?
Either would work.
Okay, spellcraft. Be 23.
Okay. The ritual is going strong. She's more worried that this thing has now made itself known what it is. So she's more worried that it might, in just judging by what you managed to glean from her, the ritual is not the risk here now. It's more the creature itself. In terms of the possibility of the ritual degrading, it's currently at quite good health.
Okay. I think that would be it for now. I'll just watch out for what my fishing rod catches.
Okay. Top of the initiative order, Quentin. There is now a horse.
It's a water horse, yes?
Yes, a horse-headed abomination.
Oh, goody. So the possibility remains of trying to create an illusion around it, which would effectively make us invisible and then swimming away.
Yep, doable.
But everyone else is fighting it.
There's also nothing stopping them from kind of just going on the outside of your illusion and stabbing it through it.
That's true.
You would get a save to disbelieve and to dispel it. But
Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to do some character work here. I'm going to create a really aggressive barbarian. He's going to jump into the water on the other side of where we are and swim directly towards the creature, shouting loudly. And has the creature generally seemed to react to us so far? Like to look at us?
yes, it seemed to be looking to make a meal of either yourself or of Neri. Unfortunately, it's been interrupted and flipped upside down by the enormous psychopath with the bolt cutters. It is distracted.
So I could create this barbarian who's a very valid target for it and have it shout and maybe have the noise of its shouting echo through the water even despite the fact it wouldn't be able to speak in the water. Or, if it's already distracted, we could just leave the water. I mean, I assume that it's not going to be very happy fighting us on land. It would rather fight us in the water.
It is definitely a water predator, yes.
I figured so. We could then leave, and I could create the barbarian illusion behind us as we go. Aiden and Han, do you reckon leave the water?
We've currently got a pretty decisive advantage over him.
Yeah, I think.
Our best bet would be
leaving
to
the
try
water
and
gives us
finish
a
him off.
better advantage.
Are you sure you
We
want to
have no
let the
idea
horse
how long it
recover?
would take. We have no idea how long it'll take slashing at it to kill it underwater. But on land, either it won't be able to attack us at all, or it'll be at a significant disadvantage.
We
roll
could
a
try and
heal
get
check.
it onto the land.
Can I do a knowledge check to determine how ineffective it would be on land compared to in water?
Yeah, be a knowledge nature.
I clicked it didn't work. Oh, one sec. There we go. Nope. Oh, I haven't scrolled down. Never mind.
Yep. You're not really sure. Kelpies, there's a lot of variation in species, and it is bipedal. So you wonder how much it would really be affected by moving between its dominant environment, which is underwater, obviously, to land. It's still going to be as effective as any bipedal creature.
And our friend Rita hasn't moved. Isn't changing her position or her activities.
No, she is still chanting, and she has begun motioning with what appears to be a network of rowan branches that have been tied together.
We have no indication of how badly damaged the horse is either. Just trying to think of
You
anything
could roll
we
a
could
heal
do.
check to ascertain it. It has taken some quite grievous injuries.
Okay.
It has had at least one rib removed from its person.
I guess at this point, then it might be better to just slash at it. At this time, even though that's kind of boring, but I'll do that.
Okay. Good hit. As you kind of. Any preference as to where you'd like to attack it?
Just anywhere that seems critical. I mean, it's upside down, so I guess I'll go for its head. I'm sure that's some sort of trap.
No. It's a fairly sizable target. It's significantly larger than the rest of its carcass, and it's essentially just sort of. But just take the blade between your thumb and forefinger and just start thrusting it down into its neck. Along the jawline.
I will also use Mage Hand this turn to try and get water to as many of us as I can. Air to as many of us as I can.
Certainly. Okay, it'll only be a small map because of the action it would take.
That's fine.
Okay. So it's now been stabbed in the face, it's been beaten, mauled, and pincered. Its turn. Let's see if it can, first of all, right itself. Not brilliant. It's going to go for Han, as it is the one. He is the one, after all, with the bolt cutters.
Understandable.
And okay. It will be at penalty, but
Yeah.
what's your CMD, Han?
CMD is currently 15.
Okay. Its first swing goes wide, obviously with the pair of pincers crouching on that side, but the other one, it grabs you by your left side of your face, and it's very fortunate that your forehead is quite as Cro-Magnon as it is, because it's keeping that fingernail, that long talon made from the same material as horse hoof, from gouging one of your eyes out. But you have been grabbed by the skull. He's grabbed a handful of your hair and onto one of your ears. So you have been grappled.
Oh, gee, my head.
And that's our attack. Okay. Comment in this round. Just double check one thing. Actually, that will be its turn, but as it's entered your square, it can move to here. It will still be taking penalties for. Should be here. It will still be taking penalties for being prone. So it's a -4 from almost everything. It just rolled well. As it hurls itself bodily at you, shrieking, clawing at you, again grabbing that handful of hair in one of your ears and just bodily hurling itself around you, trying to put you between it and the sharp objects. Because it's not liking that cutlass.
Understandable, to be honest.
Simply, it's trying to maneuver itself so that you can't use those bolt cutters. But it's just clawing and digging at you. And every now and then it will try and bellow, but all it comes out is this wave of just rotten brine and tiny little air bubbles. It doesn't have a proper voice. Which is weird. You wonder if maybe you punctured something when you use the bolt cutters.
I'd have punctured a lung.
Here's Comrade, your turn. I believe you were invoking. Could you roll me another D100?
Yes, I can. Oh my god, that's the worst.
Okay. As you're waving your hand around, it catches on something.
Perfect.
As you lift up your hand, clutching onto one of your fingertips, is this clump of blackish seaweed that dangles very strangely. It's you know when you get those masses of underground worms that all live in one colony?
Sure. Yeah.
A bit like that. It's this clump of black fibrous matter.
You will become venom now.
Does it hurt? Like, is it causing me any pain?
Not currently, as you're wearing gloves.
Alright, I'll just take my glove off then.
It will coil around itself around the glove,
Oh,
and after a few moments, a large eye opens up on the back of the glove.
oh, but I better hope that none of my party members decide they want to keep my glove as a pet now. That'd be a recurring thing. Since my last turn, like that squid creature thing has been revealed to be a horse, and I remembered I'm fluent in horse. Like this is my one opportunity ever to like use this skill in it.
I forgot you spoke horse. I rolled this encounter randomly.
So like I would like to like go and say to this horse like basically asking him if he but he's just lost his voice, hasn't he? So it's useless now.
You can insult his mom. Cause psychological damage.
Okay, no, all I said to him is if I'm giving him an opportunity to leave, like before I kill him, like and I'll do like a gesture, my tickle thing.
It will actually rear its head out because it's positioned itself into a corner next to one of the rocks. It will actually rear its long head out of the water and will bray slightly, and will translate roughly to. I'll give this verbatim in the inflection of its voice. The Hornling wants to bind us here. Let me go, I let your friend go.
That's fine with me. Like, I'll tell the others, like, to leave him alone. Someone.
Okay. If you want, we've now engaged into a mix of grappling and diplomacy with the kelpie monster.
Horse.
And there's now a bonus. I'm going to put a placeholder for the time being. It's not that big, but look at that. Okay, certainly an eventful turn. Neri.
All right.
The horse is now speaking to one of your comrades, who is speaking back to the horse, and they are understanding each other visibly.
It's really
Would
some
I-
sort of heresy.
Would I get the impression that this communication is in any way potentially productive, or just from me not being able to understand horse, obviously?
Well,
can ask
ending my turn with telling you guys like to stop attacking him or whatever in English rather than in horse, because obviously you wouldn't understand that.
Start naming at people.
All right, I'll just step over here, and for everything is in here, I will use my aura of calm.
Okay. I think everyone needs to roll a will save against that. I believe.
Yeah, everybody who's in within 10 feet.
What's the DC?
10 plus half my class level, so 10 plus 1 plus wisdom modifier, which will be 4.
It's 15.
So 15, yeah.
Could you post the spell in chat by clicking on it?
Yes, I wish I. Whoop.
Beats.
My computer gonna. There's a description.
I was so scared that someone was going to kill that horse before I got to speak horse. Like, this is a joke that's like 2 months in the making that finally like came.
Yeah, for real. And by totally on random.
So am I doing a wisdom roll? Is that just I click on whiz on the character sheet, or is there something else I have to do with that?
Be a will save.
Yes. Oh, will, there it is. Okay, separate thing. Ooh, very willful.
None of us have calmed down.
Everyone calm down. Everyone use it. No. Even the kelpie succeed.
God dang it. Calm down, John, calm down, and no effect whatsoever.
Anything worse than a rapist? A horse? No. Any other actions? Whilst we try to de-escalate the situation?
That was my best attempt, so. But we're in communicate with it now, so even though I didn't do anything, that's all I'll do for now.
Baz. There's been an attempt at a peaceful resolution. What is your reaction to this?
I will prepare an action.
Okie dokie. Any other actions in the meantime? I think that would technically be...
But essentially, Baz simply just holds onto the bolt cutters with one hand, retrieves an iron nail as swift action, and that'll be it for his turn.
Okay. And Eris.
What am I fishing up today on Animal Crossing?
Roll 1d100.
I have already rolled this. It was a 16.
Roll me another one, please.
Oh no.
This is it.
This is worse. $92?
Haha!
What's the worst that could happen?
Another kelpie.
Well, Mark rolled a 6, and now his glove is walking around by itself.
I rolled a 92.
And let's break down. We are dealing with a area in a planner ritual site. You're fishing across the threshold into a area of deep water from deep veins. Let's play fish up. Let's see what we fish up.
Let's go. Man, can't wait to
It's always
add this.
sunny in the Underdark.
Let's add this to the museum, shall we? What do we have? What can we bring
you
for
roll me a D20,
bladders?
please?
Oh no. I don't like multiple rolls. 11.
And a D3.
Oh. Bullet roll? 1.
Okay.
Don't tell me it's another crab.
No.
Wait.
So I don't think so. Okay. Just find his artwork. Behold!
a green slime with a knife?
Indeed.
I would like to remove the hook from it with Mage Hand.
By Allah, it is worse than a slime. It is a minion.
Ugh. Hang on, I'll find a different artwork.
It's not yellow. Leave it alone.
It looks dejected and sinks back into the water.
No. I will wave at it as it goes away.
It maintains eye contact as it sinks.
I will maintain eye contact as well. Can I roll Intimidate?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, let's see. How's my Intimidate improved since last time? I think so. Unless I roll nat 1.
Haha! Roll a d10,000.
Saucy,
There's one
this
way-
is
it's
your
one way-
fault.
That's one way to get back. Hey, sometimes that chart gives you superpowers. so-
78, 68. I know. Oh no. I don't like that laugh.
Okay. Do you want a world effect, or do you want something that would affect your weapon, which would be the fishing rod?
And the weapon, please.
Okay. I'm not quite sure how to. It says target's weapon turns inside out. What do they mean by this?
I mean, isn't my weapon already made out of bones from a god as well?
Ooh.
I believe that was one of my previous curses. That my main weapon turns into.
Well, on the plus side, you
Bone.
missed the result directly below it is a weapon heats to 4D 1000 degrees and may melt or combust. But you also
No,
missed out
no,
on
no, no,
weapon
no. I
turns to
think-
adamantine. So
Since this one doesn't make sense, you have to pick the nearest one.
You
So
can also
that
choose the world effect, gladly.
Yeah, I think you have two charts, don't you?
yeah, I was at it. Okay, note this down.
Oh. Okay.
Waterfowl attack the target on sight.
Oh no.
Ducks, geese,
So, yeah. Nice.
swans. Swans are also a protected species in Silence, so good luck with that.
I've written it down.
Yeah, but swans attack on sight anyway, they're bastards.
I was about to say the majority of these creatures were already doing this. I don't really see how. It's just a priority thing. It kind of makes sense. You are,
Hey, Penny, duck! No, like, behind you. A duck.
The creature sinks dejected back into the depths. Any other actions, Penny?
Any other I can take?
You can move action. That's swift.
I think I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
Also, Aiden will return soon.
Okay, time for shit to go down then. Okay, time for the last roll. Okay. The chanting stops. Chanting stops, the rune rotates slightly, and there's a feeling of lightness. Those of you who look down might notice that the water just kept going forever downwards. That slowly raises up to a normal stone floor. As the runes burn into the stone, there's a lurching sensation. Before the now injured kelpie, who needs to Ooh. We'll resolve that afterwards. As the kelpie is, there's a lurching through the water, through space, as the essence of the kelpie is broken up into its constituent seawater, brackish water, and is wrenched bodily off of Baz, hurled into the air before coming crashing down on the sarcophagus, seeping in through the cracks. And as it does so, you see these small fissures in the stone burn shut, as if it's a thick epoxy were applied. This stagnant, heavy water crammed into every open crevice of the sarcophagus. As all the runes once again lurch and burn a circle around it, protective one, and the sarcophagus is finally fused shut. With one last motion of the hands, Rita will complete the ritual and draw the sarcophagus into the ground. Each of the chains will grow slack, and the totem will retract into the ground.
Can I just move away from the totem, just in case I don't want to fall down there? Cool.
As it goes down, it will drag the chains with it.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught in those chains.
At least the nearest ones.
Yes.
Okay, let me just quickly resolve the effect of that roll.
Ominous thundering ensues.
The dewy thunder.
Indeed.
Oh, that's appropriate. Creature ages 1 year for every mile they move away from the spot.
Huh? What?
Well,
So
yeah,
if they don't
creature's
move,
that
will they
creature's not going
age?
anywhere. Oh, they
That's a good
age normally
question.
as well. Okay. With that, the arcane energy in the area will dissipate. Though it should be noted that some things have stuck around, as you see a little glove skittering around.
Mark, please catch your glove.
Should have just booted it into the ocean or something before I walked off.
Could I do, what role would be appropriate for that glove?
Planes or Arcana. Rita will calmly lean her body against the large altar and just breathe a sigh of relief. It's clear that ritual took a lot out of her physically. Okay. That creature running around, a little glove, is a very basic demonic familiar. Now, the term demonic is a loaded term in this case. It's a planar familiar.
So you
Whenever you
say
conduct a ritual,
pet.
whenever you conduct a ritual using planar energies like this, particularly something as powerful as maze, it will cause water in the vicinity to start manifesting planar properties. That's how you get axiomatic and anarchic water. If you use the right materials, anything most biological stuff, you can actually anchor that manifested planar energy to something and it will form kind of a little rudimentary construct. That's how they theorized the first demons happened. They were raw evil and chaos crammed into a physical anchor point, and they manifested around it.
No.
In this case, it's
Hmm.
the stuff of the Great Mazes, which are they're a mix of different. They're all over the plains, generally speaking. No one really knows where they're situated, so this is kind of an unaligned planar construct. And it's skittering around quite quickly.
Is there a
It's
way
only
to
to one
find out
end.
if it is a bound familiar? Or is it just one just skittering about like a free-for-all Pokemon?
It's currently skittering around.
I would like to skitter towards it and ask friend in an appropriate language towards it. I can rattle off my languages. If
Well,
need
let's
be.
skitter over to here,
Hmm?
and it kind of raises its middle finger as if to look around with the tip of it, and kind of just drums its fingertips on the stone.
I will also do the same motion with my hand as I just squat down on the stone.
It looks like it's about to move in onto your hand when it sees Chubbs, and very calmly it takes a couple of finger steps back.
I will ask Chubbs, is he a friend?
Not of mine.
Okay. I will wave at the glove and stand back upright.
It will climb onto this rock to get away from Chubbs. From this end, you see Rita. She will pop two latches on the altar, revealing to be something closer to almost like a travel case. And from it, she will take out two of the front, and so two of the slabs on top of the altar, the actual altar material. And they appear to be large chunks of some kind of stone. They're greenish towards the edges, but the centers are blackened, almost like they've been scorched on fire.
No, Rita, don't turn me into stone slabs.
You certainly know how to treat a girl.
Hmm?
What brings you lot down here?
The weatherman told us.
Whom, sorry?
The guy with the rain hat.
There's a moment of realization. Okay. Just give me one moment. Make some final preparations. She will move over to it. She takes out a number more of these slabs. They're all the same material of this greenish stone that's been blackened in the center. She'll lay them out evenly. Then she will pack up the rest of the case onto her back. It seems to be quite a bit of heft.
Sorry if we got a bit in the way. We were unsure since the fella looked like someone we met from town.
Don't worry. Kelpies are prone to that. They always pretend to be someone they aren't.
So, out of curiosity, what were you doing?
Oh. Every now and then one of these strange little creatures crawl up from the Fey realms and needs to be bound again. Normally we'd bind them to a stone or a little mini ears, but nowadays they're getting a bit more ornery. Let's use one of the older stones. Besides, we needed to rebind one of the Fisher Kings that were buried here, so two birds with one stone, I suppose. The Fisher King, you look to be a local yourself. I'm not sure if they teach that in schools anymore.
Not where I'm from.
I'll explain it on the way. I don't suppose you're going back to town, are you?
We came here for you, so where you're going, we will follow?
Okay. I need to take these slabs back to a appraiser in the Merchants Guild. I'll go grab them quickly. Do any of you need jade stone by any chance? Just out of curiosity. It's only slightly corrupted. I got it quite cheaply.
Sure. I'll take some.
Anything that it's good for? I'm not familiar with
Well, these aren't completely depleted. You could chip off the corrupted bits.
What?
Jade-
Don't mind this.
Jade naturally absorbs residual corruption in an area. It's why people wear belts made out of it when they're dealing with shadow creatures.
Oh yeah, I'll have some. That sounds good.
Hang on, when we make it back, I'll carve off the bad bits. And I have to take it to get appraised. Because there's the dumping fee for hazardous materials is based on the quality of the product and how much residual corruption it absorbs. It's I don't make the rules. I can lift these okay. Is the route up clear? I know there was a big to-do about some goblins earlier, and I managed to sneak past, but I'm not 100% on what went down.
It seems they've left for the most part.
I didn't want to be having to march massive crystal slabs through an area full of goblins. It was like something out of a bloody Penny Dreadful. It's a comedic skit waiting to happen. She's now towing around these things. They literally look like glass panes that someone has like coloured in.
Can I help?
Chups, I'd best move these. They're still technically my responsibility till I get them disposed of properly. I wouldn't want you to anything. These are all full of corruption. They can be a bit dangerous if they're broken.
Oh.
It's a bit like asbestos. You know, it's fine until it isn't.
Okay. I'll also ask Mr. Chubbs what jade item he would fancy if we get any scraps.
I mean, if they don't want to have the corrupted bits, I'll eat them.
Oh. It doesn't even have nutrition for you? That doesn't sound good.
You will nod very happily.
Okay, maybe we can get some chips. And then it's like a treat. And snacks.
Let's get out of here. This whole place is an absolute death trap. She'll walk across the water quite easily.
Oh, she has water walking. I should have picked that up instead of Discord.
Come on, now let's get out of here. I never like hanging around the chambers of the Fisher Kings. They always skeeve me out.
I would like to wave at the glove. I'm just like, bye-bye.
We'll skitter into a gap in the wall and disappear.
And call me Mark has lost a glove.
Our glove.
Farewell, our glove.
Easily. Aiden and Mark, will you leave too?
Yes.
As none are moving towards the exit.
Great.
A train was going past them while you were speaking. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh,
We
it
have
was just
left
our
the
glove.
cave. Oh, you lost your glove. It skittered into a crevice in the wall.
You know, I believe we'll see that glove again.
In a very special.
Just look up in the sky. This like ghost of the glove. Like he lives in.
Yeah,
I know
like
we made that joke already today, but
Oh, I will also would like to hand Rita the wooden star from the door.
thank you. They're a bit of a pain in the backside to make.
Yeah, it was a bit hard to figure out too, so makes sense.
Sorry about the old brouhaha about that. I don't like to make a fuss.
No, don't worry. My friend knew how to work it out, thankfully. As I will give Chubbs a pat on the head.
She looks a little perturbed by him, to be honest. It's one of those things. Anyone who knows anything about Chubbs is like a bit leery about him. But
Also, just in, $20 for Mechanicus on duty, saying, I'm tired of these $200 of mines not going off. As of now, all mines are transformed into mine turtles.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Suddenly, many turtles appear on the island. No one knows why. The population is booming, but
Goodness
Well,
sake.
it happens.
Population
The
boom.
turtles
For fuck's
spawn. You know, they all come up onto the shore.
Oh,
So they're all
God.
over the beaches. And the island is now just ransacked by turtles.
thank you,
Who
mechanics.
happen to be bombs, but
You did that population is booming thing by accident, didn't you, Penny?
To be fair, there was one. They did find one of them, and at the time there was a goblin using it to hold the rest of them hostage, and then it was revealed that the majority of
Oh,
the
right.
mines are filled with bewildering ingredients. Because guess what? Magical, landmines, but magical and alchemical, have some very worrying ingredients sometimes. Sometimes it's bananas, sometimes it's goodness knows what, sometimes it's just napalm.
Well, apparently now it's turtles.
So now the landmines are a roving threat.
Elysia, the landmines step on you.
As you see the sphere topple itself over the lip of the pool and lurch itself into the waters.
Oh god, I just saw again the fucking dog in the background.
Rita, you see that Rita actually kind of like holds her nose, like, oh, there's that dreadful smell. It smells like a charnel house in here.
I think my nose hair is burnt after our first visit here.
As I said, most of the goblins have departed.
Why the mortal coil, good grief. It stinks death in here.
Oh, could you, also let me know how those stars work?
Oh,
Very intriguing.
on the I've got a carriage outside. I've got a carriage kicking around outside. I'll see if we can. Well, I'll see you outside. I'll explain on the way. I just need to. I need to speak to this chap sooner rather than later.
Oh, okay.
Again, it's the waste disposal department. The Mages Guilds are a bit anal retentive about things like this, and she'll kind of very lightly pat the panes of jade.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been very dreadfully rude. I should probably introduce myself formally. My name's Rita Dorley. She'll extend a hand. She'll shuffle her belongings around with her hands to get herself a hand free to offer it.
Eris. And that is Mr. Chubbs. And she'll point towards Mr. Chubbs.
The name's Bazo Gate. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure.
Nary Ionad.
Pleasure.
She'll point towards Comrade the Third and mention his name, as well as Uzulu's character, of which name I forgot. Quentin Ponsonby, the Dread Pirate? Yes.
Yes.
I want to do, can I do like a, check, what's it called? Check nobility, tech nobility on this
Oh,
one.
the tech bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Bourgeoisie.
Okay, you get a very specific response on this because detect bourgeoisie takes into account extra planar stuff. She is considered non-bourgeoisie. She's considered proletariat.
Alright. She's cool with me then. Like, I'll take out a crowbar and offer it to her and say, Comrade the Third.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Thank you very much for the offer, but unfortunately, I'm not good with iron. Could you roll me a knowledge planes if you got it?
I don't think I would, but let's see it anyway. Why don't I? Gotta pull my thingy back up because I have to keep closing out of Chrome and reopening it, or it makes my computer explode.
How many pictures of
27.
sketchy ass horses are there in this damn chat?
What?
Okay. You had heard Rita referred to as Tiefling once or twice. She's not a tiefling. She's a shadow fae. She is fae blooded, and that is why bourgeoisie is giving up weird results. And why she doesn't like the iron. She is very much like Azamar are descended from celestial creatures. Tieflings are descended from fiends. Shadow fae, which is a very loose term, are very distantly descended from people who bred with fae. Alicia has quite a lot of them because the fae courts hold actual festivals here and hold court formally here. It's not unheard of for the nobility to interact directly with fae nobility. And as a member, as someone who is fae-blooded, they are de facto a member of the court, though they are not considered bourgeoisie. They are considered a member of the court, same like a serf would be, or like a even lower than even the lowest courtier. Like they are just, you have fae blood, ergo, the court may call upon you. Essentially a citizen, but of the fae realm. Which would explain why she has horns, but has a strange animal like tail instead of a more traditional tiefling one. Yeah, thank you very much for the offer of the crowbar, but I'm not good with that, and it gives me dreadful hives. Thank you for the offer, though.
I'll put it back in my coat, but without breaking eye contact.
She's already in the process of awkwardly shaking hands with everyone, and is now trying to handle the matter of the very direct eye contact that she's not very good at.
Wait, did anybody else figure that out about besides Eris?
It depends who you want to share that with. It's one of those roll them if you got them situations.
Yeah, I shared with Mr. Chubbs, for sure. Because, I don't know, it would be a bit rude to just, like, racially profile her and, like...
What are you talking about? We gave you geography for a reason.
Everyone here
I
is
didn't
allowed to
use
racially
geography,
profile
okay?
each other.
Squandering the gifts of the Dutch. Good.
What's the favourite doing around these here parts?
I just don't want to be
Bricktop's
rude.
expression really does highlight that exact level of racism. What are you doing around here? Is this the wrong neighbour?
Yeah.
You're not from around.
Flittered your way into the wrong into the wrong plane.
It's just the people who washed up on shore like 3 days ago.
And she's the one that knows how to get off.
Just thumbs up. Thumbs up dot gif. Yeah. What are you
Not
gonna
all
do
of us have
about
been
it?
robbing and brutalizing. The only thing I attacked was a demon horse.
To be fair, yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna. No one's wearing the L over the kelpie assaults. You've seen what a kelpie looks like.
We've merely culturally enriched the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're from here, so you have no excuse.
Yeah,
Exactly.
The only fucker who is. Say, if you're not sure if you're hanging around, you notice that the majority of people here, who were here previously, I should say, have, in fact, cleared off. Even good, dependable gobshite is nowhere to be found. All that remains is, if you go next to the entrance,
I'll scoot my way to the entrance so I can see.
is
The dog.
all that remains is
Oh, he's the remains of the dog.
now Ford goblin friend and Sir Evergreen, who has been on standing watch and has been doing everything he can to taunt the little bastard.
He's just doing the giant dad pose.
No, he's having a completely one-sided conversation with him. He's like, there's like a hand of cards next to him. There's a cup of tea that's gone stone cold. You're not sure if Evergreen is incredibly does not like goblins, or has just like reflexively gone through all the usual like things you do on the trail to pass the time.
He's really...
Oh, there you all are. Excellent. Wasn't meaning to worry about you all. See, your friend here's finally done his bit to thaw out. Lazy little blighter. And the goblin was going to look up and see this like tear coming down one cheek. Because someone took a pair of bolt cutters to his spinal column and no one else was looking.
Hold on.
What?
Who would do that?
What happened?
Like it's very obvious he's been injured. He's pissing blood down his entire back. It like pooled around him. It's kind of a wonder he's not bled out.
Hunt.
Oh, that's absolutely dreadful what happened to those goblins in there. They're absolutely massive. Ugh. What the bloody hell happened to you?
I'll just point to Baz.
Who would do such a thing?
And then as she turns around, like, there's a really horrid moment when her and Evergreen see each other. Ah, there you are! Witch.
Hey, that's rude to say that way. Or else we'll just come up and look all pouty.
I take it your little ritual was a success? Yes, everything was successful. The pains have been fully used up. We're taking them to be appraised now. Excellent. Well, lead the way. I'll do the cleanup here. Do you want this? He'll nudge the goblin on the ground. He'll address all of you. And will you be needing my facilities at a later date? I'm always happy to help, especially people with good natured as yourselves.
You're too kind, my lord.
Oh, please. I don't have ideas about my station. I'm just a simple knight. Sir is fine. And goodness me, I'm not even used to being called sir yet.
Yeah, force a habit, I suppose. As for the goblin, I don't think we need it. We'll just, leave it
Damaged
here, I guess.
wares are not taken.
My name is... Like, it's very clear that he's, like, struggling to get the words out. Like, his face isn't moving right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think he tripped.
I think he needs a chiropractor.
Use that sheet to reveal it to you guys. My name is White.
What?
When you get to town, tell them Jingus of White did this.
What? Can't understand you, buddy.
This is Jingus for the record.
Jingus sounds like a donkey name. I wonder
It does.
if you could do a bourgeoisie check on this little gobbo.
Yeah. I don't get the feeling that he is
I-
bourgeois, but why not?
Seems to
I
carry
suppose.
himself like one, but not dressed like one.
So have you seen the scarf?
And the hat.
To
Have
be
you
fair, I
seen
don't
the
think we
scarf?
need Mark's check. I mean, you don't have a homosexuality check, do you, Mark?
Oh,
Given
no,
that
no,
scarf, we don't really need one.
You detect
certainly
instantaneously.
looking at-
Cool
No,
luck.
what do you roll to have like knowledge, homosexual or sexuality?
Gaydar.
Geography? Question mark.
I guess yeah. What,
You only have a
how do you-
gaydar if you're gay
How is gay-
yourself.
What is gaydar? What is
Knowledge,
gaydar?
yeah.
It's
Gay
nature.
is finding
it's
other
fey.
gays.
It's fey, so it's nature.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
It'd probably
Yeah.
be sense motive or
helps
something.
gays find other
Let's see
Probably
how,
sense motive,
how hot
Actually,
my gaydar is working.
I will look it up because I do have a book I know will tell me, but I don't
Sure
want to.
is.
I don't have to dig through my 8 fucking folders of PDF to find it. Next episode, I swear, I will get you official ruling on detecting what someone's actual orientation is. I guarantee you it will probably be sense motive. But yes,
It's never come up before.
he's dressed like a farmer, and he's very well dressed for a goblin.
Does he look European?
He's dressed in the Galtic style, so yes.
Oh.
God, he's French.
Somewhere, but Galt is like a bizarre mix of
French champagne.
Yeah, it's like Orson Welles French mixed with like a little bit of the West Country.
If there's anything more filthy than goblins, it's French.
Now I'm very excited. We have a very special episode because next stream. That's why you'll have to tune back in against next week because we'll learn how do you roll for gaydar.
I don't want to know what it pings for Eris. I don't
Tell
know
you what,
myself.
one day, if we get a week where some people can't make it, I'll do a whole episode on obscure skill uses.
Yes.
And we can do like, what dumb bullshit do you want to know how to do? And I'll tell you how to do it. And that'll be a whole episode.
And then you
it
can
will
know
end-
your GM about it.
Yes. It'll all be 3.5 and Pathfinder compliant. That's right. Yeah. The goblin seems to be struggling to be alive at this point. It's lost a lot of blood. It's paralyzed from like the shoulders down. It's got a little bit of movement in its face.
Struggling to be alive. I think that's the first time I've heard dying described that way.
Nah, he's just about keeping stable is the thing. You gave him a nudge in either direction, he could recover. He's right in that kind of teetering point.
I'm pretty sure at least one of us has some sort of healing.
Can I use stabilize on him?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, never mind. Saucy said he likes him and wants to hug him.
Oh. Oh, that makes. No, Benny, do you not like him anymore?
Referencing Pardy, the odor of this creature, the goblin smells like a mix of leather and lavender, specifically.
Hey, I
He
like
doesn't
that.
smell like a bad gobbo, so might as
Yeah,
well
that's-
stabilize him.
That's also a nice
You notice
smell
that
combination.
he's smoking lavender, which is weird.
To each their own if you want to ingest
Nice.
those oils and kill yourself. But okay.
Can you
Smoking
smoke
lavender. That's pretty much the gayest thing.
I mean, it sure is, but can you do that?
It's an herb.
you
You can dry
smoke?
it.
I don't know why
Please
you're
do not
asking it, and he
smoke
clearly
lavender.
is.
Oh,
I always
yeah.
had a friend who got high on by smoking basil or anything. It was a fucking.
It is absolutely a smokable herb. Benefits and effects.
I smoked tea once.
Hey, there you go.
That's
The
British.
most British sentence.
That is the most British sentence I do believe it's ever been
That's a
uttered.
threat. Like if any people of Chinese descent at home who just felt a fight response blare off, I apologize. I disavow.
Oh, it's a different type of tea time, that's for sure.
The distant sound of 55 days
It's
of
high
baking.
tea time now.
It is high tea time. There you go. Oh,
I don't like that one worked.
that was good. I love lavender smell. I have a lavender soap my mom sent me for my birthday.
Nice. Oh god, we have so much lavender growing.
I love the smell of
We
lavender.
have normal lavender, we have white lavender, we have small lavender, we have big lavender. It's so much lavender.
Benny is the lavender collector.
Are we taking him with us? That'll be.
Oh, right.
Oh no, I just don't want him to die immediately.
Does tend to happen around us, huh?
Yeah. I just
little bit.
don't want to be at fault at least.
At least wait until the next scene before he dies.
Yeah, wait
Like-
until we change scene.
So, well, it's the end of that chapter. There's a sound of a crowbar being smashed into a skull in like the loading screen. It's like those mini games you used to get in like the old Dragon Ball Z games that they fucking painted so no one else could use. But
Bro.
there'll be a moment of just like there's clearly like a look of defeat, even if he's being stabilized. But then there'll be this moment, his right eye will bulge out slightly and will dilate, and its iris will turn a funny color. Come on, off your lap.
That's not good. I want to stop.
You see, Jinkus, I warned you this would happen to you. It's his mouth movement, it's not his voice coming out. You play around with other goblins, you play around with humans, and you play around with trolls without knowing what you're doing, and you're going to get yourself into hot water.
Can someone
You
kill
have
him?
I'm just gonna, okay, while he's fucking out of it, fucking, just, yeah, I am.
Clearly in pain, by the way. Like, his eye has
I'm not
gone
gonna
too big
kill
for
him.
the socket at this point.
Oh,
I'm not gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking gentle touch this dude. Figure out what, just pin
Oh,
him.
touch him.
I'm gently touching and pinning him, and I'm gonna do it as a grapple. Can I do that?
Yes, by all means, roll to put knee on neck.
Yeah, right.
It's a merciful kind of goblet of more.
I'm gently touching him with my knee on his neck. It is
Hello?
a gentle touch.
Your
Which
rock
is actually-
knee.
You're a rocker.
Fucking rock knee! Connor has
I-
police officer, rock knee.
and by the way, I'm not trying to.
Okay.
This is all like non-lethal damage. Just double checking.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll then?
Just roll your normal damage. He can't react. He's paralyzed. He's helpless.
Oh well, the gentle touch thing is supposed to like make him calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Oh, no, gentle touch is non-lethal damage. Like, if you want to just do
Oh,
like,
that's not
an
lethal-
aura,
oh,
that's a different thing.
I was getting
Also.
confused with the aura. That's my
Aura of
my brain
calm
broke.
instead of the knee.
He can't do
Gentle
anything.
knee on
Again,
neck.
I will remind you, he's paralyzed. He
I forgot
can't do
about.
fuck
Okay,
all.
no, I got the things confused. Whatever. Excuse me. I'll just aura of calm and then see
Could
if
I
I can
just
calm
say,
him down. I didn't mean to put mine.
Mr. Talking through
Oh.
him, could you not? That's
Wait.
kind of rude.
Wait a minute.
Quiet
Now I
and
can.
talking to him.
Wait.
Huh?
Okay.
Leave this in future to your betters.
Hmm.
It's our job to keep these kinds of things all in a row.
Wait, who are you?
Okay.
Can I get a name
you-
and badge
you
number,
did this-
please?
Do this conversation because I am gonna put my knee on his neck in a minute to get rid of whatever this thing is that's infesting him, and I think I found it. Because look, I have a new ability that I want to use. That's all it is.
You just want to knee someone. Wow.
This woman made of stone, putting her knee on this goblin's neck, a lobster tied to each fist.
They're not lobsters. It's an amalgamation of crabs,
Crustaceans, then.
crustacean fist.
Station fist.
Could I ask the voice to, like, just quickly identify themselves? Because it's kind of rude to just, like, barge in to our, like, kind of moment that we're having.
And it is also kind of rude to barge into someone else's cave.
Well, that's on you for not making it more secure.
But here's the thing about
Nobody
is
can
that-
own caves.
here's
They belong, they
Which
belong to
sense
the
the con-
people, to the land, right?
It is our cave, not just
Exactly.
yours.
Hey, yeah, how dare you? Oh my god, Kaimark's gonna fucking
Here's the strangest thing about goblins is that if you know what you're doing and
All
you,
agree.
and you change the right chemicals in their brain, they exude an aura of silence. And silence washes over the area. As something intrinsic, something burns its way through Voight's veins, making them glow a fine blue, and sound is just quenched in the area.
Did they just push
Is
the
he-
mute
is-
button?
Would I
Did
know?
he just server mute him?
It just
He's
serves
server
you
muted everybody.
all. Now that I have your ear correctly, boy, keep your nose clean in future. At which point, Voight's head will be violently twisted around 180 degrees.
God damn, I wanted to do something, fuck!
Is there a way that I could retroactively do a knowledge check to find out what the fuck was speaking through him, to him?
Nah, I think we're probably-
You may.
Alright.
Which knowledge?
Whichever you think might be appropriate.
Knowledge, spooky voices.
Arcana? I will go with Arcana. As it did not seem natural.
Why not large
7,
local?
so 16.
Oh well, no,
Haha,
dang
roll
it. Oh.
What was a
Rita is just looking dreadfully confused.
Wait, can I just ask you? Oh, did you hear
minute.
his voice, or are we going crazy?
That
Wait,
that was
I
definitely
haven't had to do this in
southern
so
accent.
long.
That was a southern Lysian accent.
I haven't had to write this in like a
Southern
minute. How do I write R1D 10,000?
Yeah,
It's
then you
slash R
Slash R
1D
1D 100.
10. Okay. Oh, it was 100 or 10,000?
10,000.
What is it, Bill? I forget.
10,000.
Yeah.
100 is
No.
for fishing.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll sort that out in a second. No, that's definitely a. Oh, it's bewildering. It's like a. It sounds like a human pretending to be a goblin.
Well, that's mighty rude. Didn't know catfishing with goblins exists.
Hmm.
Well, they're catfish.
Ah. You think it's a fish? But then it's more. It tastes like chicken, I think. I don't remember. It's a catfish.
Well, I thought I was genetically confused.
Yeah, me too. Oh, do you know if there's one cat cafe in town?
Oh yeah.
I'll just
They
hurry
don't,
over.
they don't let me in very often. I had something of a brouhaha with the local women's institute.
Hmm. We know what that's like. Hmm.
Okay. Aiden,
Yarp.
would you rather go for a visual effect or a physical effect?
Visual.
Okay. A red light flashes atop the target's head for a turn.
Just have a red light on top of my head.
Yep. Oh, how appropriate! You put your knee on someone's neck, and suddenly you've got a siren on top.
Wee woo.
Who wants to know what we could have won? Let's see what you could have won.
I wanna-
Any
Sorry.
blade hitting the target for max damage must save or shatter.
Oh, damn.
What?
Would have been
God
cool.
damn it!
Ah.
Too bad.
Oh god, wait, are there any ducks around? I'm scared now.
No, there are
Wee
none.
woo.
The rats ate all of the game fowl, and the rats were eaten by the goblins.
Pog.
Tell you what, I've got she'll reach into a pocket and take out a wand, point it at the ground, and we'll just summon up a carriage.
Ooh, fancy.
Not that one that's got a steam engine. Okay, it's gonna be a bit cramped, but tell you what. You notice it's got a set of sort of full-on yoke and everything going out to nothing, but it's still like floating in midair, like something's there. It has trouble starting up. If I drop, can you give it a little bit of a push? Hang on, let me try. She'll put one again, like flick it twice, and it'll size up.
I don't know, my arms are pretty weak, as I'll try and flex and it's just sticks. So I can't.
That's alright. I'll help.
Oh, the
guess.
strong lesbian.
Wait a minute. Whoa. How'd you know that? We haven't even figured out how to roll for sense gain yet. So
The gaydar, my dear.
you don't have the gaydar yet in game.
The gaydar's for the gays.
I can do a
What's that
strength
term?
check.
You could use detect bourgeoisie for it. Wasn't there like a specific term that Marx used for it, like a proletariat or something?
Wait, to
It would have its own
detect
entry.
gay?
Yeah. Karl Marx was-
Homosexuals.
Karl Marx was not very fond of the gay, so it would have its own entry.
Also, I'd like to ask Rita if I can if I can call shotgun and be the passenger seat in the front.
Certainly. This
Yay.
one's gonna be a bit bumpy. This thing hasn't got the best suspension. I bought the one with the cheap.
I'll
Oh, I was just-
survive.
Just reading over the detect bourgeoisie thing. I might be able to detect if he went to public school, which is a good step.
Yeah, it's usually a good indicator if someone's a rampaging homosexual. If anyone's seen the film If, they know exactly what.
What was I supposed to be picking up now? I've lost my train of thought.
Help
need to
push
be-
the cart.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'll push the cart. Do I
When
should be in
everyone's-
front? Yeah, should I be in front or back of it? Or like, am I getting locked in? Because if I'm being attached to the front of the cart...
You'll get no. It's not like that. It's got the steed spell for the horses. It doesn't need it just needs a push to get it going because the
Okay.
actual
Turned into
magical
a
aspect of
horse.
it doesn't work very well.
Well, I was gonna
just
start
very
getting
good.
racially incensed of being like, "Excuse me, why does the rock woman have to be the one pulling the cart?
Oh, you're pushing it.
I will push it. I still want to be in front."
Oh, I nearly forgot. Before I took the liberty of having a dig through the cave while you're gone. Who would like to take this? He'll hold a bag.
Oh, me.
Here you go. Don't forget, I believe these people were harboring all sorts of unsavory things.
Yep.
Because of I hate to be a stickler for the rules like this, but they do insist that anything potentially magical will be checked by the appraisers of the Merchants Guild.
I
make sure.
think we're going there.
Ah, excellent. Of course, Peter's got to go there for the wastage. So, yeah, I shall see you all around, I suppose.
Can we give you a ride into town?
Plenty more to do before I can head back home.
All right.
Have a good time.
Okay.
See you about.
It's been a pleasure, Sir Evergreen.
Absolute pleasure. There'll be a loud click.
Mm.
Don't bother. As
Can I use entangle to entangle the
No,
explosion?
no, don't worry. Don't worry. It's not gone off yet. It's underfoot. It's one of those ones that goes off when you release it. You may wish to get a move on, because I can. This
Can I
one.
lift him slightly with Mage Hand?
It's going to take a little bit more than £5 to move Sir Evergreen. This man weighs like a quarter,
No,
over
just
half a
his
ton.
foot. Just his foot.
But that's all his
That would make
weight
it go
on the
off.
foot.
He stepped on a mine, and I'm guessing if he lifts the foot, it's gonna go off.
Yes, that was what I was jokingly going to do.
Oh.
Just scoop
I
it
think
were
it's
up
trying
a
to
in the
help.
sack.
just under where his foot is.
Okay, it doesn't appear to be
I
a Fugazi, so I
mistakenly-
think I'm in the clear, but I think it's a daisy cutter, so you might want to move. So as long as I jump up and go at about hip height.
If we can get something flat, like a piece of metal or wood or something, we can slot it under his foot, and then press
A
down
rock?
on that, and then put something else on that that's
Aiden,
heavy
your
afterwards.
job.
I will summon the rocks. No, I speak for the rocks.
Okay, we
There's
have
no
to do
demand.
an
Can I use
Indiana Jones
prestidigitation?
move.
Yeah,
Can I
I'm
use
Indiana Jones.
prestidigitation to summon a small piece of metal that we can just slot under? Or
Wait,
can I not make
question.
things with that?
Would mending work on disarming it / putting it back to an unactivated stage?
That I
Because it says repair object.
if it was one of those, if
Or
it was a
disable device.
traditional trap where it's like a twig breaks and then you get hit with a tree, that would work. But because this is an engaged,
What about disable
Can
device?
Can I then didn't you say
don't worry, don't worry, do not worry. This won't hurt me very much. It will hurt you, but I'm quite comfortable to sit here for a few days if need be to make sure that everything's clear.
God, I guess he could just
Don't worry.
grow new roots right over the freaking bomb, couldn't he?
I mostly like this. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, he lifts up his helm and there's this tree inside. I'm not quite as fragile as all of you. It's my job to protect people. Now, run along. I don't want this thing to suddenly go off.
Oh, very well, I suppose.
I will be fine. You have my word. As a knight, I will be fine.
Please
No.
come and, if you get a chance, visit us
please
in
check it
town.
out?
So
I will
We
check
know
in with
you're
you,
okay.
Don't worry. I would want to anyway to make sure that you all made it back to town safely.
I was on the
And-
verge of breaking down crying.
Rita, you know
I'll
where,
put-
where the nearest member of the Merchants Guild is. Be careful. I do hear that Percy's been in town and he's been in a very foul mood.
Okay.
I put my arm around Penny. I'm sorry, which Penny? Eris, and I'll just be like, well, all right. Just try to slowly turn away. Get into the cart.
You have crabs.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll dismiss my crabs. On my, just to put my, I forgot to put my arm around you.
I'm just bringing you to the. I'm just gonna bring you to the next fucking screen. Fucking
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I forgot that when I put my comforting hand on you, it was covered in crabs.
Mr. Chubbs is not happy, I presume.
It's monkeypox all over again.
I mean, well, how do you think monkeypox started? It's just crab pox. Yet 2.0.
Gonna get a strike now for crab pox.
Dude, I don't know why, because we haven't. I don't know what we've done this stream, but like an hour and a half ago, I was just trying to like reopen Chrome and stuff. It's already demonetized. I don't know why. What have we done?
We're being us.
Oh yeah,
we did make a bunch of neon neck jokes, to be fair.
It was way before that. It was just like this is like an hour and a half ago.
What did we do an hour and a half ago?
Yeah, I don't know, and it was already demonetized.
Was it the kelpie thing?
I guess. I don't know.
The kelpie thing.
We didn't do anything
don't know what
weird.
the kelpie
Well,
was.
we did something weird, but like we didn't do anything that I would think is demonetizable. You're just mad at this channel right now because we got a strike. 2 weeks ago or whatever.
No, they're probably being weird again.
Yeah, I said
They're being rampant degenerates again. Shut it down.
Yeah.
But, you find after a very bumpy stop, because upon realizing that one of the effects of getting a very cheap wand of mount is that sometimes the brakes don't work very well, because technology and magic don't mix very well. You find yourself at a very nicely kept building. All the signage is absolutely immaculate. Merchants Guild appraisers.
I can only at least see trees.
Yeah.
Is it intentional?
You're outside the building. The doors are shut.
Okay.
Doors are here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I can't forget, I probably should show the bedroll too. It's quite comfy.
This seems to be some kind of like historical manor, you'd say?
Not quite. It's just
Okay.
a very well kept office.
Okay.
Can I knock on the door?
Enter.
Okay. I'll wave to people to follow me inside. I can phase through the door.
let us phase through the door.
No.
There's a
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be inside of you, Penny.
This is Saucy's fault.
It's always Saucy's fault. Saucy, I guarantee, is sitting from and I go, "Hey!"
Those who don't know, Saucy sounds exactly like Roy from Archer. Like exactly like Roy from Archer.
Oh, he sure does.
Hello there.
I mean that in the best
Is
possible
that
way,
a
Saucy.
common rider? I don't think that is
No.
a common rider.
Around the building are a number of
I thought
fairly heavily armored, well, for the
Rangers.
equipment, members of the Merchants Guild. Particularly
Oh no, we're in the Merchants
militant
Guild.
arm.
Yes, that's
The
where we
militant-
went.
Roll me a knowledge local.
I would
I
like
didn't.
to
I missed
go
that part. My brain
closer
fucked up.
and say, "Oh, pretty."
They don't even move. You have no idea.
I give them a thumbs up and go back.
If
I'd
you
like
want to
to-
roll bourgeoisie right now,
Yeah,
Mark, now might be the
that's-
time.
Yeah, starting with this fucking Lady Napoleon bitch.
Glows like the sun. Merchants.
Local.
I'm rubbing my temples the whole time that we're in here. I like to keep myself cool.
9.
I believe we're around the elites.
As you go, you actually see there's a very neatly kept ebony wood placard embossed with gold leaf.
Fancy.
How can I help?
Eris would like to then come up and say, "Oh, we got this from a cave," and then just drop the one bag and the bedroll. I don't quite know what's in the bag just yet, so I'm
Is Mr.
sorry if it's
Black expecting
dangerous.
you? Is Mr. Black expecting you?
No.
I don't think so.
Only if he's precognitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though I think our friend had some
He has his
business here.
ways. Rita will very timidly bring up and will mumble, kind of jumble over. It's just a more wastage. I'll put them here. She'll lay the jade panes down. One of the guards will look on, just very slightly cant their enormous, like, armored helm towards her, and she kind of flinches slightly.
Hey, you didn't look at me.
I'm not sure if you want them to. It seems like But I don't quite appreciate that either.
Let me see if he's available. After all, I'm just a secretariat. It's not my position to make appraisals.
Oh, sorry. She will take the badge and
Secretariat.
bedroll again.
She will press
So
a
an
button.
award-winning horse. Sorry.
She will press a button on me. Mr. Black, are you free?
Well, yes. I've actually been impatiently waiting. Are they back yet?
Indeed. Lady Rita is here with her wastage consignment for the jade. And I believe she's brought some cohorts with her. Looks to be usual number 3 adventurers with equipment.
Well, she came with some initiative and a bit of a distraction, didn't she? Wave them in.
Excellent. Should I send in the other members of the entourage, or will you be okay with just your usual 2, sir?
Oh, why not send them all? Sounds like fun.
Excellent, sir. Consider it done. She will then. Unfortunately, I can't clap. She'll clap her hands together, and the 2 guards who are outside will move up to the room and move the door. Pull me inside, motioning for you to enter. Please, be our guest. Would you like me to bring any refreshments in for you?
Spring water if you have it, please. Thank you.
Consider it done.
I could certainly use a glass of wine after our recent experiences obtaining these objects, if you are offering.
Oh, absolutely. He gets up and makes a bottle of wine from the... He actually just pulls it right out from under the desk. Has a goblet ready. Pours it.
How very gracious of you. I wasn't actually expecting that.
Now, I'm sure you have the objects for appraisal, Miss, I forget your name. Who were you again?
I'm Neri Ionad. I have here with me, I'll point at Eris, I guess. Would you like to go yet? Here's our comrade Eris. We have Comrade Cromer the Third, Quentin, and Baz.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. The objects for appraisal, if you don't mind.
Rita will basically drive by the room. I'll leave the things on the side for you to see later, sir. And will hurriedly run from the building.
Neri, could you bring those in?
She does this every time that she visits to drop off
what?
Jade.
Oh.
Wait, do you want me to bring in the heavy stuff?
Oh no, the jade pieces that I'm guessing she left in the hallway.
Oh yeah, I'll go get it. Yeah,
Wasted
come
shit.
out and bring it back in.
For reference, jade is handled by a separate gentleman who has to come in the afternoons. Because
Okay.
they're under the waste department.
Oh, okay.
Ah, I see.
Understandable.
So, the servant brought me some entertainment. So, how may I help this unexpected surprise?
I'm not sure if you're the one appraising things, but I have some items we were told that need to be checked over.
Absolutely. If you could place it on the desk, please. And he's sitting in front of a rather elaborate setup. Just place the items on the desk, and we will get started.
Mm-hmm. She'll place in front of you a bedroll and a bag. I don't know what is inside the bag. I thought it might be better to not open it, so no guarantee. What is
Right.
in there.
I'll take the liberty of revealing all of the items of note.
Mm-hmm.
So, should I even bother rolling?
You may if you desire, but it's pretty much to roll a 1.
All right.
And if you do roll a 1, it's still going to succeed. It's just going to be trivial.
There's gonna be
This
it's gonna be in the
office
warp
gives you
chart,
this
you know.
office gives you so many
Yeah.
bonuses to appraise. It's unreal.
Okay, so I rolled a 27, and that's with the skill of 9. So get whatever bonuses you need to add. Go ahead.
I'll have it in mind. I'll just do it as a batch because this is an added bonus of this office is you can do batches.
All right.
Okay. And are you going to be? The bag is quite heavy. Will that be? Are you going to be putting everything on the table? Is that for the party?
Does anyone else have magical items they've retrieved from the cave?
I don't think I did.
The bag
No.
contains the remainder of the things that were in the cave. So Evergreen took the liberty of clearing the place out for you.
It's all like garbage then, I guess, or
There's a
non-garbage
lot of
potentially.
bullshit.
I definitely also gave the bedroll.
There's like an entire suit of armor in there as well.
Huh.
So I shall now reveal. As that's rolls up high enough to get all the details. Behold.
The loot list that is empty for us.
Nope. Can't.
Yes, it does appear to be empty. This is disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
What?
Oh, it's invisible loot.
Oh wow.
I've heard
detect
that
story
magic.
Oh, I
before.
forgot it was saved in the GM's listing.
Thanks.
My bad.
Beautiful, Bill. Wonderful.
I thought it was going too smoothly. I knew
I was gonna make some kind of joke to the line of it, just like the bounty of the wonderful People's Republic. It is
Another
all
cheap
there.
wig.
It's just a little bit invisible.
Why is it so many?
There's still a few moments of why did you bring me a bag of apples?
Cheap wig. Again.
Here we go. What did the your bag of
There
apples?
seems to be two
That's how
separate
we
lists.
started this. That's how we started this adventure. Is bags of apples.
The
So.
top ones are the items of note, which is items with a magical signature.
Again, sir, sorry, I didn't check the bag. I was not sure what would be in here. Sorry for the wig. It's kind of
It's like
smudged.
you have run into, this kind of handiwork. You've run into Sir Evergreen before. He's a bit of an eccentric, and he always ties his bags up with a vine from his own head. It's the only place that this kind of vine would find its way around a gunny sack.
I mean, it's renewable.
Sir Evergreen, your tricks never cease to amaze. This is a wonderful haul. And I'm going to pick up the devil's penknife and just put it in one of my my pen canisters.
Oh, what does that one do?
That's
Devil's
mine.
penknife sounds like a euphemism.
What do you think goblin juice sounds like?
That's literally
Wait, there's
a spray.
opium?
Yes, there are 10 doses of opium, which is legal over here, as long as you are a medical professional.
I was just saying, if you think something sounds like a euphemism, I don't know why you don't go for goblin juice first. 'Cause...
Well, if you want euphemisms, you can check the bookcases. We have some exclusives. In any case,
Ooh.
this is a lovely haul, and he picks up the opium. This will sell very well to our apothecaries, both legitimate and otherwise. Ah, he picks up the kettle. Good lord, what are you doing with this?
I do believe the kettle
We just
is
found
on
it.
Baz, unless Hana's given the kettle.
He just gingerly picks it up and places it in a far corner. This is, you two have, this lot has been quite the adventures. Where are you off to next, if I may inquire?
Well, we'd really like to get off the island. You see, we all washed up here, and we've of course been told that that happens quite frequently, and that there's only very specific times that people can leave. But we're really looking for anyone who'd be able to help us get off the island.
For reference, for Mr. Blake's benefit, the racial slur for people who wash up ashore are either flotsam or mudlarks.
More flotsam, I see. Well, the only way I'm able to procure people and give them expedition off the island without charge is, well, to make them more flotsam, and that is, that's a peculiar trait in and of itself. So, now, is there a way I can assist these fine travelers?
A magical representative is able to charter a boat, provided that they can show that it is within the usual. Provided they can show that the Merchants Guild will benefit from it. And if they were to go, if you were in your usual offices in Ragnarok itself, the city, you would be able to charter up the paperwork very, very easily. Provided, but it would still require help from a member of the Mages Guild because the trips are very dangerous this time of year.
Well, it just turns out that for a fee, if you can get me to the city of Ragnarok, my officers are more than accommodated to secure passage. We will have to parley with the Mages Guild, but it seems I have to accompany you to my main office. So, let me get a few things ready and we will be off.
We can also pay you in crowbars, if that helps.
He
Sir?
sneers at you annoyedly. Very annoyedly.
Mr.
Crowbars.
I'll put one of the crowbars on the desk. I say, how much would you be prepared to pay for this?
How about just as a sign of goodwill, I thought, but instead you're already bartering with him.
For the record, for the benefit of those involved in the conversation, appraiser's role is not just to, whilst they are allowed to requisition material from adventurers for sale onto subsidiaries within the guild. Their primary role is to note down the value of items for tax reasons.
Oh no, the tax man.
Oh man, this bedroll is very normal, isn't it?
Luckily, there has been legislation from Kestrum, the de facto capital of the kingdom, that adventurers are allowed to claim as a tax exemption items used within their role as adventurers.
I'd
Okay,
like to
good.
keep the bedroll, please.
Taxation is theft, so good. Now you're activating my political side of.
Plus, it needs a wash anyway after all.
Hazardous and
fat.
dangerous, hazardous or otherwise untoward items are allowed to be requisitioned by members of any guild for purposes of testing and quarantine. So if, for instance, if you have a big kettle marked evil travel kettle, I shall now Elliot, for the benefit of, this is just information for our resident appraiser, the kettle will instantly flash boil any water it touches.
Interesting.
Just throw it into a
Very,
bathtub with a person
Yes,
in
right,
it.
bathtub,
there you
a
go.
toaster that way.
Soup.
Oh, you
Very,
let it cool
cook more
down
small
for a few
creatures.
minutes. No,
Actually-
no cooking of. Well, it was a small creature at one point, but
Now,
It's also mildly sentient.
now, upon appraising this item,
Just like a journalist.
Gorian is going to pick up the kettle and hand it to one of his one of his noble entourage members and say, "Put this in the special chamber, and please return promptly. This will be used for far more useful means,
Tea?
as
Yeah.
yes, tea of a certain sorts."
They
Now-
return like almost instantaneously. These they are kidnapped in Merchants Guild regalia. They take one big step for every 5 of the average persons. They are very
They zoom.
swift. They
Yes.
every movement is just completely efficient.
Now, Gorian Black, he looks outrageous. He looks absolutely like if there was ever a face that Kami wanted to punch, this is it. He's wearing a top hat with a gem right on top of the rim. He's wearing a scarf tied in a fat Windsor knot and just draping down. He has a very silk studded, like, you see the picture,
Yeah.
but instead imagine it in leather and silk with studded barbs and spikes all along the vest. He has a massive bone jewel encrusted ring and an eye patch over one eye.
And Mark, the worst is he took our loot.
Yes, these are items of great interest to the Merchants Guild, and for the safety of the populace, these items are being requisitioned. Now, if you wish to get off the island, we will, if you would oblige in escorting me to Ragnarok, we will get your needs taken care of.
Sounds good to me.
Like, I'm gonna pick up the crowbar and point it at him, and I'm gonna say this crowbar might be worthless to you, but in the end, it's gonna cost you everything in the crowbar revolution, and I'm gonna storm out like of the issue.
The entourage looks at you knowingly, Gorian.
Now I'm gonna smoke a lavender cigarette while I'm outside.
Like, fresh, like the carcass of the fucking goblin is not even dead, twisted in the fucking in God's green flat earth, and you're already stealing his cigarettes.
He stole
That's
the
what you
pipe.
do. Steal his cigarettes, obviously.
Merlin
Steal
Rush.
it while it's still lit.
Well,
Thunderfoot saying the body's still warm comes to mind.
Yeah, the second I started saying it, I just did start getting flashback a little bit.
well, although
Yeah,
our
at-
friend who
at
just
that
stormed out there,
At
might,
that outburst, you just hear Gorian burst into laughter. He has not heard anything that funny in a very long time.
either way, Neri will still respond. Don't get too concerned with our friend there. He just has certain principles that he, really wants to stick to. I know that though he still would like to get off of the island, so just don't worry too much about it. The whole crowbar thing.
Oh, that was quite refreshing indeed. Oh my gosh, that was, whew, amazing. That was fantastic. Crowbar Revolution. That.
Hang on. I wouldn't put too much far past him if you knew how many crowbars he has.
Yeah, it's gross.
I hope you've been keeping track of those, by the way, because I haven't.
I don't think anyone has. I think it's just like infinite amount.
I would if I'm not allowed. I don't think to pay this my own husband, who is the DM for this. But if Bill, I'll buy you $100 bottle of whiskey if the reality is that Mark has literally a bag of holding full of unlimited fucking
Put it
crowbars.
towards the Flamberge Fund.
Oh.
I will buy you a flamberge if you give. I'm not joking.
I want the crowd to hear that.
Yeah, I will buy. How much is the flamberge? It's like $200, something like that.
It's a bit small for that.
Oh no. Okay. Well. Okay.
Put it towards
the
it.
fund.
Put it towards
I will.
it.
I will
There
put
you go.
money
I'll put it
towards
towards
buying Bill a flamberge.
I am more than happy to let Colby Mark have the bag of infinite
Okay.
crowbars.
Yes. Good.
He deserves as much, because, let's face it, it's my negligence that I have not been keeping track of how many crowbars the fucker has.
Yeah, it's really your fault.
Yeah, come on, Bill.
Now I don't have to buy the flambers.
That's what you think.
Well, in any case, Goring just looks back at what is your character's name?
Mine?
Yes.
Neri.
Neri, and just goes, "There aren't enough in the world. Let's get on with it."
Alright. As we should. We've been waiting to get off this accursed island.
Oh,
Oh,
could I take the
This
rest
bastard in
of
the background, I live
the
here!
bag? Could I take the rest of the bag? That's not been confiscated.
Captain also said in the chat, don't forget my thing, Bill.
Oop, I will check my notes.
Don't forget.
And I
his
do have a
thing.
question, well, really quickly, that we were addressing in the chat, or that I did.
Oh, yeah!
do-
I forgot.
Real quick, do the bomb turtles, will they follow us off the island?
How fast can you swim?
No, I'm
Wait,
asking
they're
again, because...
turtles, not tortoises. So they're not on
I'm just
land.
saying, and yeah, so
Oh, God.
because several people have paid for there to be bombs everywhere, and I don't want them
It's
to
just
not
a
the
swarm
opportunity
of
to blow
turtles
shit up.
following us.
It's like Yodel the turtle, they build a big stack, and then the bottom one goes off, and they just scatter themselves over the countries.
Got like the TNT stack. Just a tower of
Yes.
TNT.
Okay, I have been neglectful. I have forgotten something that someone did wish for.
What?
I apologize in advance for what I'm about to have to upload momentarily.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh dear.
Also, I think I
as
shouldn't
Mark, as Coin Mark is having a smoke outside, as Comrade is having a ciggy, puffing away.
Lavender
It's
cigarette.
surprisingly a coarse thing to smoke is lavender. It's kind of rough on the lungs, but you can kind of feel it doing some good, like moving some phlegm.
I looked it up. It's supposedly good for you. People do it as a healing thing.
And then something something just falls out of the goddamn sky, and it puts a good-sized dent in the floor, like 10 feet from.
Of
have.
the Merchants Guild?
Yeah, into the road. Just a hole.
I assume that we all hear this.
It's kind of a dull thud. It's quite soft. This road around here aren't the toughest. That's why they've ended up parking their carriage like such shit. But just here.
Oh, well. Not that big of a deal then. Alright then. So,
Jeez.
Goring's gonna make his way out.
Would like to grab the bag that has some Selenia stuff that was not confiscated.
Mhm.
Yoink.
There's an easy silence as the man with the eye patch just to try and keep a straight face over the fucking crowbar, the comment.
Ah,
I apologise in advance for the thing that
The fuck is that?
transpired. This is something the captain wished for. Behold, the Gorbachev Memorial Bowling Ball.
What?
It's called the Rip Ball. It's essentially a huge-sized sling bullet made of solid cryptstone. It was wished for by a member of the chat. Well, a member of the crowd. So
It's just a
F's
bowling
in
ball
the
with
chat.
Gorbachev's face on it.
pull one out. For
Mr. Black, would you
someone with
like
a patent
this item
history.
too?
oh no.
Seems to have
Mr.
been
Gorbachev,
delivered by
Tear
the-
down this ball.
Fuck's sake.
How would you not expect me to immediately make that joke? Okay.
I don't understand the joke. I don't know.
You should have left it until he had to attack a fucking building with it. Or something. Yes,
Hey, hang on. It's just an item that I can pick up.
Yeah.
Yes, it has literally fallen from the sky.
Ah,
Immediately,
Oh, no.
let me go get this Gorba bowl.
yeah,
The
that.
gorb.
The gold.
This is a
God.
gift from the non-existent god themselves, and I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna point it at that merchant guild dude. I'm gonna say, look,
Look what
What's-
you did.
The back end of it's just
Got you
there's
on.
an inscription on the back that reads "I see no god up here."
Yeah, and then I'll put this bowling ball in my pocket.
It's a bit of a heft to it. It is literally a massive ball of stone.
It just makes the pocket just kind of bulge out
It
with the
also-
size of the gorb.
Actually, it was originally called the Rip Ball, but the Gorb is such a
Gorb is so good.
it's such a strong.
Oh, Mark, now you can ponder your gorb.
It's Gorbin
If
time.
you integrate
Great.
any more memes into this joke, it's just going to collapse into a meme singularity.
It is really like it is a nightmare of different memes all bolted together.
At which point, Gorian just scoffs and goes, "Communists and their fucking potholes. Never clean up after your fucking
my
selves,
God.
do ya?"
I don't think he really caused that. It fell from the sky.
Ugh.
You can't blame that on Comrade. He didn't do anything to. Well, I don't think he did anything to summon the Gorb.
I
non-existent
image
gods.
of Comrade right now, finding the Gorb. That is in player's chat. Stranded on an
Absolutely.
island, finding a round friend.
Question is, would Comrade blame the Gorb for permitting the Glorious Union to degorb into
No.
what it is now?
And there's a lot of pizza footage.
Well, whatever non-existent glorious gods they have, they obviously can't drop even a thing of value from the sky. Typical.
This is just the first of many. Like now, I'm on a quest to collect the Stalin ball and the Lenin ball.
It's got a
Blunder!
collection.
When we collect all of the orbs, we'll get the big communist dragon to grant us our
Summons a gigantic Chinese dragon to give everyone a wish.
Oh,
As this is a communist weapon, it does have a bonus versus Sparrow. Specifically. I forgot
It is
about
a
this until
tiny-
today. I must admit, I did forget about the
Oh.
Gorb.
Gorian's gonna run back in and inform his secretariat to please get the carriage. We will apparently the peasants don't have transportation. We will need travel arrangements.
Before that, I'd
Very
like to
well, sir.
also.
Consider it done.
Well, as he's doing that, I'd like to thank Rita for the ride. Thank you, very cool.
Yes, thank you, Rita.
Don't worry about
We
it.
have Rita's vehicle.
Sorry, sir. I
Where
think
is-
your
actually, wait a minute.
butt would not handle it. Sorry.
Wait a minute. What did end up happening to our crab? Did I forget?
It crabbed away after the lumber mill.
Yeah, I know. Is there any way I could summon the crab?
If he summoned
guess it
our
wasn't
fish
that-
friend, he might find the crab friend. Because they are friends.
That is true.
But we don't have a water source nearby, so we shall not
It's a bit
consider
far
this.
inland for it, sadly. This
Mm.
is a good ways of the way towards Ragnarok. It's not a very far drive.
It was all the way back with that rusty cumbucket or whatever that guy's name was on the beach, innit?
Gorian just casually strolls up, walks to the wagon. Oh, thank you, Rita. These are wonderful accommodations.
Sir, I really do
The
not
look
like
is very much the
women.
time for the 4 p.m. dick flattening. Just like, ugh.
Yes, honey.
Will you be traveling with us, Rita?
She'll nod kind of nervously.
Shotgun. She will just...
Excellent. Gorian will actually sit in the back. It's where he's comfortable.
I
Probably
will
a
go
goal for
wherever,
ease of use.
you know, just fit wherever I can.
Huh.
I'm small.
I
I
don't
wanna
like
sit
the
right
guards
next to him and
zooming
put
around.
my
Yeah, that's a
They'll
little bit
march in front-
intimidating.
they will actually march behind you. They actually are able to keep a good pace because the cart is not the fastest thing in the world.
Like
Walking trail.
like the North Korean bodyguards that run next to the car.
Kind of. You know, they're not particularly heavily armored. They are quite swift. But they don't appear to be They don't really appear to be visibly armed at all, apart from a shield.
Eris will just turn back and say, "Oh, good for him."
I shall now. I'll feel the entourage is. Look up close quickly. Apparently they were
yes.
actually changed up in the interim.
Yeah, you can keep them armored if you like, but they are far more waifu-ish than originally descripted.
Fair play. They are your entourage. They are as is your right.
You have
Yes.
Why don't they
waifus?
drive their Zords to wherever
Waifus?
we're going?
Maybe I was right at looking at them.
They do
Are there-
take. They do have the appearance of vampiric undead in bikini armor. They are
There's-
Tommy mommies to a single one.
Do you hear
Yes.
that, lads? There's waifus where we're going.
No, the waifus are with us and running behind the cart.
Oh, they're the ones. Oh shit! Oh, I misunderstood.
know.
Fuck me. Huh?
Yep. The,
And the
The-
women
the
go
four-
wild.
yes, there are 4 of them, and they are intentionally and intimidating and seductive at the same time.
Baz, even you know that pulling this maneuver after the vampiric uprising in the south of the island a couple of years back, this is an insanely poor take.
Could I try and intimidate against one of them? Or just like peeking
try.
over the cushion.
You can certainly attempt it. I'm not sure how far you'll go there.
I just want to like glare at them slightly to see if they react. It's like when tourists think it's funny to try and tempt the royal guard to move.
Oh yeah. Oh, get on the.
Hee-hoo. 14. Shit.
Sorry. I'm just gonna be in a jovial peasant fucking mood for the rest of the evening over the gore
feeling that
bag.
one of these people, even kitted out in the most degenerate equipment that Goring could find, none of them had much issue ripping you to pieces. In terms of just like threat.
Yeah,
So-
all
Oh,
of them
no,
just.
It's
well,
hot.
in fact, the closest one just looks back and winks at you.
I will hide in shame and embarrassment.
Patrolled.
Fuck.
Yes.
I will just give a thumbs up.
All right. So, whenever you're ready, Rita, take us to Ragnarok.
Let's to the winter
Yes,
palace.
Mr. Black. And on that note, I think we should end it for the evening because it is 8:15, or 1:15, so not 8, 1:15 midnight, where we are, and 1:15 for our compatriots over in the Central European District.
Yep.
So hope to see you all next week, if all scheduling allows, where we will be well on our way to Ragnarok, with the entourage in tow. And assuming that our compatriot here, Carl Conservative, can make it next week, would that be okay by you?
Certainly, absolutely.
Excellent. And I hope to see all of you at home next week as well. We'll be continuing our little adventure here and rolling in the Isles. Any closing statements?
I do have a question.
Mhm.
Who was it that sent me the gift of the gorb?
The Gorb.
Who was that from the chat?
That is Captain.
Right, thank you, Captain. That really made my day. That did. Like, it brought me such delight.
Mine
I
too.
don't know why. But,
Nice.
It's just a bit of a moment of a, oh yeah, shit, I forgot to do that. Thud.
I forgot for the Gorb to fall from the sky.
Well, it was planned to just be around, but something about I like the idea that it just re-entered the atmosphere like Spudnik and burst through the atmosphere.
It's
Yes.
Spudnik with a D. Spudnik.
That was the Irish one.
Well, the IRA have turned socialist lately. To much everyone's confusion.
Yeah, that's true.
From me,
I don't know if it's
one
lately,
thing,
by the way, but whatever.
Mechanicus on duty. If you are in the Discord chat, since you had a wish, you can have one of the roles that just shows that you gave a wish as a token of our appreciation.
Oh yeah, on the Discord, that's another thing that if you do
Yes.
wishes, yeah,
You will
we'll
become a
give you
tavern
a
patron.
tavern patron on the Dick cord. But
Which
yeah,
hopefully is linked.
it should be. It is linked below this. Yes. No, it's linked below this. It's linked below this.
Yep, it's it.
But
check
just
that.
ask again in the Discord somewhere for your role. I don't know who was gonna tag somebody. There is a little tiny worm that is on a spider thing hanging off my mic. I don't know what that's about. But anyway,
Ew.
Huh?
very bizarre. It's like a microscopic little worm that's on a spider silk thread hanging off of my mic. I don't know what
I was
that's
about to have a really bad time then by the sounds of
Yeah,
There
well,
was
whatever.
probably a bug that got wrapped up.
Probably the spider was trying to eat it, is my guess.
It was wrapped it dry, like with a straw.
But I don't appreciate it on my mic. Anyway, thank you all so much for showing up for this episode, and I want to say also thank you, Carnal Conservative, for joining us for this episode and for some future episodes I'm proposing. Did you want to give your character's name again? I suppose, since I don't know if we did say it, but just to.
Yes, my character's name is Gorian Black, and you will be very intimately acquainted with him in the short future. He's quite a character, literally. And if I can take a moment, I'm also doing my channel got nuked, so there's no more Carnal Conservative. It's just the Shades of Dominion, and we're running. I actually hooked up with Aiden because we met with He is the Eunuch, and I made a roleplay system. And on that channel, we are doing not just our own campaign, but I'm also this week going through the banned Magic cards.
Oh, that'd be fun.
All of the ones that were banned for racism, and I'm turning them into playable items for the game Shades of the Dominion, which is based loosely on Magic the Gathering. So if you want to know how to go on.
Oh no, go. You finish your thing. I'll ask a question afterwards. Sorry, my brain.
If you have a link, it can be linked in the chat.
Yes. Put the link in player's chat if you will, and I'll post it both in chat right now or you post it in chat. And I will also post it in the
moment.
And anything you want to shill, I will post in the description of the video, since your character, of course, you showing up was a bit of a haha reveal, I guess, or whatever.
All right, and where am I putting this in the?
Just in general chat, and then Aiden will take care of it.
Or in
I've
player.
not figured out the guest wench's role quite yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, so it's
all right. Here we go.
It's in the general chat, and so I'm having premieres all this week about the banned racism cards and how to put them into the game and use them.
Super cool.
for the Shades of Dominion. Those are going to be premieres. I'm going to be there in chat with y'all. There's going to be games on Thursday nights.
Would you like me to list you something other than Carnal Conservative? Are you okay with that?
I'm now known as the Shade Master.
Okay, Shade Master.
Yes, that is.
You shall be renamed on the stream too.
Awesome. So that is my shtick. That is why I got invited here, because I'm big into roleplay. I made my own system, and I'm here to roll dice and have fun. Thankfully, Bill here has a PhD in Pathfinder.
He really does.
So I was able to give him details, and he was able to whip up a character for me. I did very
Oh, you did a lot, dude. I saw it.
And Ardent Party. Well, Ardent Party is also in the streams on Thursdays, so you will there will be familiar faces, and yes, making that character on my end was very fun. It was it took you made it very easy to find the traits and to pick the most appropriate for Gorian here. So we're gonna have fun. Just don't make Gorian take off his tie. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-oh. Oh,
So-
nobody...
That sounds like a behind-the-scenes feature.
nobody pay to fuck with that, I suppose, right?
Uh,
Anywho...
I'm not quite that mercenary. Come on.
I know. Anywho, thank you guys, everybody, so much as always for showing up. We were a little bit late this week, partially my fault. Actually, usually mostly my fault for everything, right? But my computer was trying to destroy itself. Sorry, Isla.
He was late because he was eating.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna take it. I was just gonna
2
eat.
minutes late.
I was gonna eat the whole fucking lateness, but thank you, Penny, for also blaming me.
2 minutes can be reduced of your lateness, Aiden.
I know. Anywho, you can see us again this time next week at we will start at the normal time, which is 9 p.m. GMT or BST right now. Are we still in BST?
Yeah, not for very much longer, I think.
Yeah, no. 9 p.m. BST, which will become 9 p.m. GMT, which will be which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and of course remove 3 hours from that, so like noon California, which is crazy. Like when you think about the big time difference. Anywho, again, thank you so much to Mark and to Han and Penny and Uzlu and Bill, of course, for being our DM again. To Shademaster for joining us on this episode of Rolling the Isles, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.